What is up, Entree fam? Welcome to the Friday Live Helpcast with me, your hostess with the mostess, Diana Gladney. I'm super pumped to be before you all this fine Friday afternoon. Maybe it's the morning, depending on where you're located. Maybe could be early morning, early evening, depending on where you are in the world. But this is a global community, and I'm super thankful and pumped to have you all here in the Friday Live Helpcast. So you guys are amazing, incredible. Now that's a distraction for me, so I have to close that drawer. All right. Man, great lens cloth. If you ever need a good lens cloth, microfiber cloths do the job 9 times out of 10. All right, so let's jump into the chat to see who we have from the community. We out here no, we ain't doing no 5 hour energy, nothing today. I almost sent you a link to hop in, Doc, but we ain't doing no 5 hour energy today. We are not doing it today. Walter Jeanette, good to see you, brother. Glad that you are here. Devin saying aloha to Doc, saying hi, Diana, good to see you. Miss Felicia, good to see you as always. Always a joy to see you. Andy McMillan saying it's the morning in Oregon. Okay, I don't think I've ever been to Oregon. Like stop over, eat some local cuisine or something or whatever. It's one of those states I usually, depending on where I'm going, it may be sometimes a layover, or maybe I don't think I've ever did the layover in Oregon, but it's one of those states that's just like, let me go see what's going on in the great state of Oregon. So I had to make a pit stop there one day. But yeah, Walter, good to see you. Kim Bucha, good to see you. Good morning. Good to see you. So I like to believe my soul is a microfiber. You know what? If it gets the job done about 90% of the time, 9 out of 10, that's all right in my book. Miss Eva saying, hi, teacher. Good morning, Miss Eva. Good to see you. Or good afternoon. I was thinking about you this morning. So I appreciate everything that you're doing. You are such an inspiration. Tawana, good to see you. Saying, hey, Diana, always a joy to see you. And to you as well, my dear. Wonderful, wonderful to see you. So, Mo Nicole, good to see you. Saying, hey, family. Good to see you, Mo. Glad that you're here. You know what? Today is an amazing day, and I'm going to tell you all why. Today is an incredible day. You have to forgive the raspiness of my voice. This is what I call my all-state man voice when I have not spoken or had to speak. And so it's still a little you need all-state in there, So we're going to pray over this, all right, that I go up to the upper registers, but I still have like a medium tone voice anyway. But, okay, it's all right out here in these streets. So today is a good day, and I'll tell you why. One of the wonderful things that has happened this week is the Vlogmas has kicked off. We are officially 4 days in. People have been preparing for this since we talked about it. Since it got started, since we did a lot of people that would not have otherwise taken action and done something about their dreams, their goals, tackling their fears. Like, this is bigger than, in my opinion, it's bigger than just feeling good. It's bigger than just like, oh, I'm doing something great or something different. It's really bigger than all of that. And the reason why I say that is because it's important. It's very, very important to get over yourself, get over your own fears, and remove your own excuses. It's really important for you to get out of your own way. And Vlogmas is doing that. And I'm seeing a ton of people do that. I'm seeing people that are older than me, younger than my age, with kids, with disabilities, with whatever, all you name it, like they are getting it done. And I'm so pumped and proud of each and every one of you that have done it, that's taken action. Doesn't matter if your video was late. Doesn't matter if you missed a day, or you almost missed a day, or whatever the case is, or even if you started today. The great thing that's going to happen is already starting to happen. And we are still at a point where you can hop in, you can join in this challenge where we're not stopping at the 25th. All right, everybody else on YouTube, minus, okay, the Let's Get Live fam, which is over at Doc Rock's channel. If y'all have not subscribed and checked out Doc Rock's channel, please do so. I would encourage you all to do so. My brother from another mother is rocking some serious wisdom and knowledge bombs over on his channel. So this is Doc Rock's channel. If you are not subscribed, do so. I'm going to drop a link to his channel over in the chat so you guys can make sure you subscribe for that. But it's really important that you guys like really like start 2021 right now. Like imagine the things that you would hope to have achieved by February. Come January 1, you've already achieved those things. Like just really put that into perspective that you can already accomplish or have started to accomplish what you would be waiting to do come February. Come January 1, it's a done deal, right? And so I'm just so pumped up and on fire and just full of inspiration from each and every one of you. And even if you're not doing Vlogmas, it is okay. You could be doing something else or whatever, but just starting now versus waiting. One thing that my mentor taught me and told me in my early 20s, I think I was like 22 or something, was that whatever you're going to do eventually, you might as well do it now. If there's no benefit to you or to the goal or to the mission of the kind of work or whatever it is that you're going to do in waiting, then it's no point in you waiting to do it because you're allowing for things to happen. And I was listening to Donald Miller, who wrote the incredible book, Building a Story Brand Framework. And it is just an incredible book. And it's something that as I'm teaching entrepreneurs how to do documentation style vlogging, that's what my 31 days is going to be dedicated to. Because I'm at the point now, and it's not like a brag or even a humble brag or nothing like that. It's just a matter of how much production and work has been done over the years. So next year, by next summer, summer 2021 will be, I think about June 6th or so, will be my 5th year of creating video content. Not all of those videos live on YouTube, and I stopped counting when I got past 600 videos. And so YouTube doesn't host all of them. I think YouTube is just at 350. And it's been times where I've deleted, I know, up to like 200 videos, older videos that just didn't make sense to keep anymore, instead of unlisting them, which is probably what I should have did, but it is what it is. Too late now. But it's like now it's like way past that 600 mark. I'm gonna try to recount and see where I'm at now, if I'm at closer to 1,000 or what the deal is. But it's just knowing like that is proof, self-documented proof of the work that you're doing. I was having a great conversation with a friend yesterday. It's not 10,000 hours. Like all the greats will tell you, any of the books you read, Think and Grow Rich, or any of the other mentors of the great later years and the early formulation years of America, they'll tell you, put 10,000 hours into a craft that you love to become a master in that field. Okay, well, what about 10 years? That's what I'm thinking about, putting 10 years into a craft and into a goal and into a mission and a purposeful work for the things that you're wanting to do. And it can completely revolutionize the way that you do anything, the way you do, what is it? I'm trying to think, what does it say? The way you do anything or something. The way you do something is the way you do anything. Something around those lines. I still have a slight headache right now, but so brain is not quite at 100% at the moment. However, but I'm speaking that it is. So it is at 100%. But the thing is this, and I'm cut my music on because I picked some tracks out that I had last time, and I rather enjoy them. So, but yeah, it shouldn't be too loud. I think that should be fine. But yeah, it's like putting 10,000 hours in is like the first milestone. And then it's like from there, it's like putting 10 years into it. That's the way I think about goals and things like that, is the longevity of the kind of work that you are doing. So let me take a look here. Tawana saying, OMG, I'm missing it. What's happening? Where have you been? The last several videos. All you've been hearing is Vlogmas. Go check out the videos when you have time. Obviously, the live stream that I did was not short at all. I just want to take short out of my vocabulary when it comes to live streams. And so, I just don't think it fits here anymore. I looked at an old live stream from probably 2018 that I put in a clip from yesterday, and it was like 45 minutes, 56 minutes. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. But yes, Vlogmas is where we vlog every day. We're doing a video every single day for the month of December. The goal of this is to get people to where they are trying to get to, engage in personal growth. So growing you, growing your brand, growing your ministry, growing whatever it is that you want to do. Taking 31 days of focused, concentrated action and just like putting in work. And this has turned into a whole movement. Me, Doc Rock, like if you notice, it was like Doc Rock came on the it was like no, you wouldn't have seen it. I didn't think that day that I was going live to my channel. I was going live to the Ecamm Live community, the Facebook group. So if you're not in there and you use Ecamm Live, or you just want to be a part of a dope community, Ecamm Live community is where it's at. So I was going live in there, and we were talking about something. I was giving some tips on some other stuff. Doc dropped a message in the chat like, hey, I think he said it was something like, I'm about 80% of the way there. I'm thinking about doing Vlogmas. Convince me out of it or talk me out of it. I said, oh, you talking to the wrong person. Because at that point, I was just about 98% like, yeah, I'm doing Vlogmas. But, and I wanted to still cover the same kinds of things, but it made sense once Doc was like, okay, I'm getting ready to do Vlogmas. He was like, but, like kind of talk me out of it a little bit. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not happening. Furthermore, I was like, I'm doing Vlogmas. At the time, I was like, I think I'm doing Vlogmas myself. And I just went into like this whole rant, and I put that clip on my Instagram. So you can check out at Diana Gladney if you want to check that out or whatever. However, the point is that, lower third coming up on the screen now. But the point is that Vlogmas is different. Vlogmas is totally different. On YouTube, there is a challenge in April, August. Got Veda, Vlog Every Day in April. Also known as kind of like a Veda or Vlogmas, which is Vlog Every Day in August, where you will vlog every day of the month. And whatever the goal is usually individuals doing this thing. Started back in 2011 by a young lady whose name I don't recall. But it's just the idea of pushing yourself, doing something new, sharing an experience. And when you really think about it, 2020 has been one hell of a year. Whether that means a good thing for you or a whole sucky kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think for a lot of people, for me, I can only see the blessings and the good that has come out of the year from even the bad things that have happened in my personal life that has like really rocked a lot of the foundational things for myself. I can only see it as a blessing for me because of the growth that transpired in me and to change perspectives on different things and just a lot of other different stuff. So for me, I can only be extremely grateful for 2020. So the thing is, with that being said, we are now closing out 2020 and we're moving into 2021 and whatever it might hold. Hell, we could be another 2020 for all we know. Okay? This should be like a Groundhog Day. It's like, oh, it's January 1, 2020. Look what happened. Shoot. But no, 2021 is like a year of new beginnings. And that's at least what I'm believing for and calling that whatever that may mean. And so anytime something is broken or is being broke apart, there's only another option. Either leave it broke and throw it away, buy something new and replace it, and therefore getting better value, or rebuild. And so whatever that may mean for you, it's like I'm calling like 2021 a year of new beginnings. And so that being the case, it just is a matter of let's close out and document 2020 with Vlogmas. Vlog every day until Christmas, which is the must part, M-A-S. But we're going all the way till the 31st of the month. And so Doc got his Jedi Council, as he calls them. It was like 4 or 5 or 6 people, he said. But I'm like, no. I was on Doc's live stream, and Doc was talking about it. And I was like, man, Doc, you inspired me to just, like, let's take, like, yeah, I'm like, you know what? Entree Fam needs to hop on this. Like, I'm like, if you part of Entree Fam, you need to be doing Vlogmas. And so that's why I did the live stream. And then we have the Facebook group, the Entree Woman TV community. So you can go to dyna.link/FB community. Somebody could, I could drop that in the chat myself. So it is dyna.link/FB community. And so the community right now is on fire. Do you hear me? On fire. And I know some people have reservations about Facebook and stuff like that. Like, I don't like Facebook because of what, or just like, get over yourself, first of all. Second of all, because it's like, here's the thing, we're running businesses. And so I don't say that as a jest. I'm serious. Like, get over yourself because we're running a business. I am an extreme introvert. I'm a very private person who really doesn't, in all respects, I don't talk that much to a lot of people. And yet and still, I've been somehow found my way into this purposeful work of helping entrepreneurs and people share their vision using video, which required me to get over myself and get out of my own comfort zone. Right? So by doing that, that means I have to be more social than I care to be, or I would optionally choose to. And I have to be on platforms that I probably wouldn't be otherwise, or definitely in the capacity that I am in. So that's why I say, like, get over yourself. It's not about you. It's about who you're trying to reach and your mission. And you cannot remain the same when you're trying to reach and do a purposeful work that requires something more of you. I learned this from Monroe, who said that, you know that you have identified your purpose when it has nothing to do with you. And I love that. You know that you have identified your purpose when it has nothing to do with you. Because everything else, everybody's like, oh, I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for my parents that are getting older. I'm doing this for my nieces and nephews. No, you're not. You're doing it for yourself. For yourself, ultimately, is your purpose, but it has nothing, your purpose in essence has nothing to do with you. And so in internalizing that for some years now, it's like once I uncovered what my purposeful work was, and it just became this like passion that just was just like on fire. I just like it lit a blaze that hasn't ever gone out or diminished. And so when you're thinking about sharing your vision using video in any respect that is going to transcend YouTube, is going to transcend social media, because you actually start to go from somebody's phone into their heart, and from their heart, something may come out of their mouth, and from their mouth comes a purposeful work or action that moves their feet to change people's lives. So because of that, and the purposeful work that we are doing here, Vlogmas is a part of that. And so my goal with Vlogmas is to help people to share their vision and learn to self-document their own content. I'm not recording right now because usually I would have my camera on my switch pod. Then I'm about to knock everything over. I have my camera on my switch pod sitting over here, just right outside the frame, but it's capturing me from this way. But I don't need to, because it's my live stream, so I'll have the footage and stuff already. But usually I'm self-documenting. Whatever I'm normally doing in the course of my day-to-day work and business, which spends a ton of time in this office, which is why people think like vlogging might be going somewhere or something like that. It's no different than if you worked at a corporate location. You go to the same place. You frequent the same locations. Only difference is like, oh, well, you should go out and do this. I don't have time to waste spending it frolicking about in the park. I could at some times, but it's like I'm trying to get some work done and get some stuff accomplished, which means spending a lot of time in here, which I close the door. I don't go back in my room. I don't go lay down and go to sleep or any of that stuff. I stay busy and I work. And somebody will call and be like, hey, can you come do? And it's like, no, I'm at work. And I take working for myself more seriously than I ever did working for an employer. So because of that, it's just like I said, I got a slight kind of a headache kind of a deal going on that I'm kind of just speaking some life into. However, the thing is this. If I would go, this is the day where I would still go to work. It's not like, oh, I feel so bad. I feel terrible. No, it's like, I feel fine. And because on the inside, I feel good. It's just like, I'll take some ibuprofen before I start streaming, and you'll go away by the time this is done, which is no different than if you went to work. So I take working for myself way more seriously than I ever did working for an employer, and I would venture to say I did a good job, at least for a little while, as an employee. So let me go to the chat that has blown up for a moment. So Walt's saying, I'm not vlogging per se, but I am posting a video every single day. That's why I did the video yesterday, because documentation style vlogging is different, and some people don't have the understanding of what that is, and I just went through 4 basic types. So probably check out yesterday's video to just see, because that's what I said. People think, they get the wrong misconception about vlogging. Like, I gotta be going to, I can't make a sandwich in the kitchen. Vlogging has to mean that I'm going I gotta go someplace and be out, or go to New York and walk around. That is a part of it. Just like when I'm traveling, I love the vlogs when I'm traveling, because not only am I documenting and capturing my experience and my emotions and the things that are going on, but I am also still working, and it's amazing and it's beautiful, and I get to see new things and stuff like that. And so I always try to find a local place to eat at and try some local cuisine. And so even like through Instagram and stuff like that is a part of that documentation and showing that. So I love when I travel, but I also love when I work at home, because when I'm done, I just go in the living room and watch anime if that's what I'm doing. But I'm not right now, because I'm in a digital fast mode. So if I'm not working for me, then I'm doing other stuff and putting my brain to work in other respects. And I'll probably be in a digital fast for the next several months, just to really focus, because right now I'm getting to transition into a season where I'm getting ready to speak more and be teaching more and doing some more paid events and stuff like that. So that requires me to really get engrossed into my mental faculties. And I'm also writing a book, so which is something that's extremely different for me. I've been writing since I was, I don't know. I just know I found a journal from when I was 16 years old, and it's funny because I even see myself like in where I was at then, and I'm like, well, what was I upset about today? Because I'll notice my handwriting gets super sloppy when I'm angry. You get the writing, and I can't believe my brother ate my food in the kitchen. So it's good to see yourself transition over the years. So, but to write a book, again, it's like, you've hit your purpose for work when it has nothing to do with you. And I'm just at a point in life where I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited and pumped for just like everything, and not just for myself, but for other people. Walter saying that book is fire. Love Donald Miller is the man. If y'all don't know who Donald Miller is, you better get acquainted quickly. Andy saying, that's sad. It's always fun to see how people started. Yeah, for real. Saying same for the book. Saying, okay, I will go back. This sucks. Been uber busy. Even better. I ain't never been more busy, and I purposefully say it that way, because I could have clearly said the proper grammatical, but I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm choosing to be lazy in language. So I can assure you, go back and watch it. But if you are super, super busy right now, now is the best time to be documenting what's going on in your life, because there are some things, my goodness, even for my grandfather, like I'm super inspired by my grandpa. He would take pictures, and my grandpa was not like, hey, everybody say cheese. My grandpa would just come up, click. He'd be like, oh, grandpa, dang it. He'd be like, I got you. And he'd just be like, he'd walk around, click, straight up documenting. My grandpa documenting, okay? My grandpa was born in something like 1911. And as soon as camera came out, click, got it. It just shooting from the hip. Just nothing, catching everybody and all kinds of things, and just the environment of what's going on. We're not stopping to pose for a picture. I'm just capturing the memories. And so in that process of whether you're an entrepreneur or it's your family and you're doing it for your regular whatever kind of a stuff, it's even stuff from like growing up with my siblings and my parents, that I would love to have funny stuff, or when somebody got a whooping, or just like all the things leading up to, like, see, I told him you should have got in the house before them street lights came on, and playing around. Mom and daddy gonna meet you at the door a different kind of way. So LJA Ministries, what's going on? Lemon Drops, good to see you. If you don't know who Lim Drops the man is, check out his channel. He is doing Vlogmas as well, so super pumped. Saying it's very self-explanatory. Okay. So to Fit by Adeline, good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon. Saying my live stream YouTube Vlogmas is going over fantastic. That is what I'm talking about. I love to hear it. Saying, I don't know why I didn't know you had a group, but I just requested. Yeah, the group just started right before Vlogmas, and I mean like just right there, because it was just like, you know what, it makes sense to have a place, because I would always have to keep coming back to YouTube and uploading a new video or a little clip, or trying to keep stuff going in the community tab. And it's just like, you got to use the social mediums for what they're used for. And YouTube doesn't have like group kind of a stuff, and nor do I think it should or would. It's just not the culture. And so the culture is on Facebook is to have the groups and those social interactions and stuff like that. But the regular dedicated videos and stuff, yeah, it should live on YouTube. So it's just using Facebook in its right capacity. But I also wanted people the ability to go live and be like, hey, you see what this looks like? I don't want this over here to look like that, or this is a problem. Do y'all know what's going on? Actively get help. That can't happen on the channel. So the Facebook group made sense. You can upload a video, you can do a live stream, you can post a picture, like you can throw a comment, like you have the ability to do all kinds of stuff. And so that's what I wanted the group, so people could just have some more freedom, flexibility, accountability as well, just to be able to hop in there and like know that you are well cared for and well thought about, and it's a loving community. And I love the Entree fam on Facebook. Y'all are just amazing. To Rec, good to see you. Saying you should be on the Skillshare. Now, that's what I have DianaGladney.com for, because Skillshare, not that there's anything wrong with it, but as a businesswoman, it makes sense for me to host my own courses on my own platform and receive 100% of the profit. So when I do it, that's where it's going to be at. Saying, oh, you preaching good today. I assure you, they are hard pressed to put me in the pulpit anywhere. Saying, thank you for keeping it so real with that quote. Absolutely. And Miles Monroe is a legend. Miles Monroe, so ahead of his time, and yet and still right on time. Loved everything that he was doing. He's still speaking heavily these days, even though he's passed on him his wife. So I have that kind of a wife. Such a good thing. Absolutely. And then, super chat from Book of Alpharonomy. Thank you so much. Saying, great point, DG. If you don't do Facebook, you must do Instagram. One or the other is necessary, if not both. Keep grinding and keep growing. The Glad Gang. All right. Well, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that ever so much. Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, I'll talk to ministries. I'll talk to other entrepreneurs, and they're like, well, I don't really like Facebook. And it's like, it's not about you. The business that you create is most of the time to serve somebody else. So you need to be where the people are. It's not, I never ask in a consultation with a client, like, what platform are you most comfortable with? The number one question that I'm going to be talking about is, who are your people? Who are you serving? And where are they at now? Not where they used to be 5 years ago, not where you're trying to draw them to. Where are they at right now? You can't make somebody, you're like, so for example, if somebody said, for example, which hasn't happened, but let's just say somebody said, I don't want people to use smartphones anymore. I think they're dangerous. So I'm trying to create something where everybody leaves their phone at home for the next 3 months. And it's just like, you're not going to do that. What you can do is take a mission of something or screen time or something like that to them and connect with them on their phone. I said, because let's just be real. People forget. In this example, I would be, but in some respects where people have made comments similar, where it's just like, especially like church, they're like, well, I want them to use a physical Bible instead of a digital one. It's just like, well, you're hard pressed to get them to leave you get them hard pressed to forget their phone. They'll leave their Bible at home, but they won't turn around for it. They'll just say, well, I'm almost already there or whatever. But let them forget that phone. They'll be late for work. And they could be in the work parking lot, and they turning around to go get it, or they plan to get it at their earliest convenience. Or as some employees have done that I saw, they will clock in and turn right back around and leave and go get that phone. And so it's just like, you got to beat people for where they are at and stuff like that. So yes, Mo, thank you so much. And thank you for all the thumbs up. Yes, if you have liked the video or the stream already, thank you so much for that. Whether you're watching live or on the replay. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Say I just joined and downloaded my kit. That's what I'm talking about. Saying excited, man. Hop in. I'm so pumped for you. Conversations with Dr. Brian saying hello all. Good to see you. LJ Ministers, Lim Drops. I ain't not finna read your name. Lim Drops or Lemon Drops. Saying so good. Saying you're dope. I'm writing my book too. That's what I'm talking about. Crushing 2021 before it even gets here. Saying just order my Donald Miller book as well. It will be here on Sunday at Amazon Prime for the win. That's one of the books that I'm going to be talking about over the course of this documentation, because you got to understand storytelling. And that's for all entrepreneurs. And most people think like storyteller means like filmmaker. Wrong. You're telling your own story, like, period. And let's just get morbid for a second. We all gonna die at some point. We're all going You know, it don't matter where you think you're going per se, but just know we can all agree on we going at some point. All right. So that being a known thing, that's so okay. Like it's known. Let's get over that part. Somebody's gonna say something about you. They're gonna recount your life story or tell something about it. So you're the star of your own movie right now, right? So when somebody tells the story of your life, what will be said? And that's a morbid experience, like in a very very deep way I had to get into when I almost died when I had surgery. It's almost been like 5 years ago now. Or it has been 5 years ago now, from endometriosis and all the complications that came afterwards. But it's just like, well, dag, at least I get a second opportunity. And that's one thing I did not want to be said, like, you was a good coworker, you made a great peach cobbler everybody enjoyed and asked you to make several times afterwards until you stopped saying that you were going to make it for the employees at work or family or whatever. Great auntie or something like it. I had not done any purposeful work. It was always like one day, eventually, later or something like that. And I'm like, nah, not me. Not upon this day. So, it's like when you understand, like even in your business though, the story that the part of somebody's life that you're playing, which is which I was going to talk about, it's going to be I'm still uploading a video today. It just will be after the stream, but I'm going to be talking about the customer's journey. So in a customer's journey, it's still a story framework. It's a character who wants something. They go on a journey to get it. They experience a conflict. However, they meet a guide that helps them along the way. And that customer or that character is forever changed because of it. So you have to know what role you're playing in somebody's life, even with your products and your services in your business, or even in their business if you have like service as a software. So you're always playing a part of somebody's story or their journey, whether you are a bad character or a good character. Either way, you're going to be part of somebody's journey, and understanding even just the aspect of the customer's journey, again, which is what's going to be today's video talking about. And it's not even going to be a long video. It's going to be more or less an introduction to it. You got to know where your videos play a role in that. Not necessarily the Vlogmas videos per se, but your videos that you're presenting for your brand as a whole. So I'll dive more into that later. Saying Random Life Production, I love being uber busy, but sometimes my brain gets fried and I get proper scatty. Yeah, it's a lot. You got to get some rest in there someplace, but we've been team no sleep this last week. Saying which book by Donald? It's Building a Story Brand. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, which is... I think I just moved it. I got all these books in this office. Yeah, I just moved it. But hold on, I'll grab it for y'all. Trying to reorganize my shelves, but it's this book. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. I'll throw a link to it in the chat from the great Amazon.com, and they will be able to get it to you in 2 days, if not one. Let's see. But the great thing about this is that here's the cool thing. The people that we know, love, like, and respect, we don't catch their books 20 years after they're dead anymore. Like, we get to interact with them, like, now. And we have documented, recorded. Like, you may do a vlog with them on your phone or catch them someplace or wherever. And you get a chance to, like, meet your heroes and stuff like that. And so, like, you get to give people their roses now. And so the fact that Donald Miller is still giving value on Instagram, he's still talking about all kinds of stuff. But just since we're on the story framework and stuff like that, which again, where is it at? I just saw the graph. It's got to be in the beginning someplace. Yes, here it is. So he gives you the more in-depth version, but I just gave you the basic of a storyline. Again, a character who wants something, they go on a journey to get it, but they have a problem rather. So here's what he's saying. It's a character who wants something, they have a problem, and they go on a journey to get it. They meet a guide who gives them a plan, and then they give them a call to action that ends with success, that helps them to avoid failure. And so he goes through every movie, which if you don't like movies to be ruined for you, beware, because this will probably do it for you in some respect. So probably not seeing that completely because of the way the light is shining, but he goes through and he breaks down the story framework that tells you just that. And so if you ever seen the Hunger Games, he breaks that down right underneath, which is in every movie, every story ever told follows this same framework, which talking about Katniss Everdeen. She has a problem, and that problem is on the external, she has to now survive, but on the internal, she has to stay good and be authentic. And the philosophical problem that she's having is tyranny versus democracy. And if you have seen the Hunger Games, that movie starts off and kicks off because her little sister gets basically chosen by this random horrific thing to be involved in the Hunger Games, which is not really a game for the participants because you could die. And so she's like, no, I'm not losing my little sister, so I volunteer to take her spot. So she has this problem that becomes bigger than herself once she gets involved in it. She meets Haymitch, who has previously won the Hunger Games, and he lives, he survives, and was able to they give you money and whatever, you go into the better part of society instead of the sucky parts and whatnot. And then the next problem is she has to endear the public to get sponsors, meaning the plan is now like you have to step outside of yourself, get over yourself. Nobody cares about your attitude, Katniss Everdeen, and you need to now get people to like you so that they will give money, they will give donations or whatever to give you more fuel to get through the Hunger Games. Because if you just keep thinking you're going to do it all by yourself, there's going to be a problem. Now, the next thing is the call to action. She has to go through this competition and actually compete. And at the other thing is that, we got the man, the myth, the mystery, the Doc Rock official. What is going on, brother? Good to see you. I didn't ask you to. Hold on one second. All right, now I got you. My bad, Doc. Good to see you, brother.
Good. How you been?
Man, I'm doing great. Doing
Making
great.
sure the sound isn't coming up. Okay, we good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming in my headphones. Oh, I see. We got Miss D bringing beats.
Oh, I'm not like some people, India making beats in Logic or whatever, but I pick them from Epidemic Sound.
She trifling. She be trying to be deep too much.
That's messed up. If you guys are not familiar, this is Doc Rock. You've seen him in the chat plenty and plenty of times before. Doc, I'm super pumped to have you on. I was just showing these good people and explaining to them building a story brand. Have you read this book by Donald Miller?
Oh no, but I do have it in my Audible. Man, Obama, he going long, so I haven't had a chance to get in there.
You got Obama's new book?
Yeah. Oh man, the beat is so good. It got me thinking it's coming out of my room. It's just in my headphones that I keep telling everybody to buy. Man, I'm impressed. Man, Barry's book is so good. But pro tip, play that joint on 2X because the brother can take time to get a sentence finished.
I told Michelle that one day we're gonna have kids, and it's like, all right, brother, 2 times speed this thing.
I gotta give him credit though. He said in the interview that the reason why he didn't go over their origin story is because she covered it so well in her book, and he's like, I'm not gonna go against what she said. Y'all crazy?
Yeah.
So I find it funny that homie who used to be seriously the most powerful man in the world, he's still scared of his wife, and I love that about him.
You better act like
it's called a smart man.
Exactly. Beards and Banjos got a question saying, what platform should you use to create your first website? It depends on the purpose, I think, of what you're trying to do. I use Kajabi just because you need email lists, you need a website, you need opt-in pages, you need forms. Maybe you sell a course or a one-time deal where you're taking on clients. Kajabi lets me do all of that in one. Another one I like is Squarespace. Doc, what are you using for your website?
Squarespace.
You need Squarespace if you're looking for a website. Yeah.
It's funny. I am building a WordPress site right now because I've been poo-pooing it for too long. It had gotten bad, but then I hear it's gotten good. And WordPress with this thing called Elementor is kind of like the hot new. So they're getting there. So the live stream doc site that I'm building, I am building it on WordPress. But the funny thing about it, when I built my Squarespace site, I went through two, regular size normal person glasses of whiskey, and I was finished the entire site. Right. I mean, I
Okay.
put everything in. No, that's my piece out. You got your
Yeah.
book. I have my book and my glass of whiskey,
Mhm.
or I'll be sitting down watching Baby Yoda. Got my little glass of whiskey. I'm not a teetotaler, but I enjoy a
Mhm.
good fine, 12 to 18-year-old whiskey. I don't. It's not Jim Beam or none of that weak stuff. I mean, I'm coming
Ah.
from. Um, but the thing about it is, I was finished my Squarespace site first day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When we built the real estate site for Karen, I was finished that site in 2 days. I have been building live stream doc since the day after I signed up with Ecamm,
Mm.
and I'm still not done. And it's because when I go into it begrudgingly.
Mm.
When I go to Squarespace, just sit down and create. So yes, WordPress is much, much cheaper. But I keep telling you folks, that comes at a cost. And I don't care what, like
Yeah.
nothing is free. It comes at a cost. So even now, you and Anthony got me looking at Kabibi because it don't come cheap, but like the Squarespace comment I heard earlier,
Yeah.
I mean not Squarespace, Skillshare comment that I heard
Okay. Yeah.
earlier,
Yeah.
yo, it's one and done, and that's your paper. You're not
Yeah.
splitting it with Mike Skillshare Stevens or whatever the heck his name is.
Right.
It's all you. So,
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, and just so y'all know, man, I invited Doc to come on to hop on the co-host today. So it's not like he got a question or something. So if y'all wondering, so Doc gonna
oh,
be hanging out.
I have a question always. No, I'm
Oh,
just joking.
jeez.
Man, you were on to something earlier, and I was trying to. I said I'm gonna remember that when I get to the studio because I wanted to touch on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I completely forgot what it was. It kind of irritates me. I'm gonna have to go look in the
Alrighty.
comment stream to see what she was talking about. And I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to make sure that I tell her something about that, and I completely forgot. So, welcome to agedness, folks.
Okay. All right.
But,
That's when my mama will call and she'll be like, I wanted to ask you something, but I forgot. It's like, okay, well, next time,
right?
write it down. Write it down. Y'all keep asking what the name of the book is called. Building a Story Brand. I dropped the link in the chat already, so I guess I can redrop it again if it's kind of getting lost. But it's called Building a Story Brand. It's by Donald Miller, and we got K-Walk Comedy in here causing problems, saying dark chocolate in the house.
Oh, I know what it was. I wanted to tell you about. So just so people get an understanding, because what you're doing, and you keep calling it documentation, vlogging, and why is the planet messing with my internet, folks? Y'all can't have me out in these streets looking funny. So the whole terminology comes from way back in the day when ships, was in the water, right? They would take this long string and they would tie little knots in it at every certain amount of distance, and they would tie a log onto the back and they throw that log in the ocean.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Watching the log, how it drags in the water, how far it sinks in the water, how far it rises back up, would tell them how fast they was going and the distance that they traveled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the captain had a book at the downstairs. It's called the Captain's Journal. As you hear Mr. Kirk say, Captain's Log. Start date. Diane about to get busy in here, right?
Okay.
So that's where, so the whole concept of keeping a log, aka keeping a journal, became later called, which is the same exact thing, had to do with the actual log being dragged in the ocean at the speed of the boat to tell you the distance and speed that they was traveling. Okay, so when somebody came up with the idea that we're going to write web stories, and we're going to write web stories and keep them the way we would keep a paper journal, it was called a web log based off of the logarithms, right? You know how we is with concatenating and truncating words. We came up with blog, and then once video cameras became the way to do it, it became the vlog. So documenting your process is actually what a vlog is. I ate a grilled cheese sandwich and making tomato soup to go with it. Not quite a vlog, unless you are a chef and you're teaching people that the heirloom tomatoes mixed with the Roman tomatoes would give you that certain je ne sais quoi, so tomato soup tastes better. That would be acceptable. But like, I'm a secret shopper for some company, and I just run around all day telling about the makeup that I bought and check out this food and this ice cream tastes so good. That's not really a vlog, man. That's just video narcissism. and it's okay. I'm not nobody hating on you for that, because there's people that found that niche because they're voyeuristically people that love what they're doing and just want to see what they do. So you guys don't have to justify, I'm not doing a vlog because I'm not talking about my sandwich.
Yeah.
If you are making videos and that video is somehow related to your life and your purpose, you're vlogging. Don't have to justify yourself to anyone, because I think that takes away from your creative process. You're holding yourself back from a certain thing because right in the middle of writing this code or coming up with this new plan or coming up with this new house plans that you're building, if you're an architect, you find the world's dopest sandwich and you want to tell somebody, knock yourself out. That's part of your business. I couldn't be this good an architect without a Primanti Brothers triple cheese. Or for you New York people, without a chopped cheese, or Jamaican meat patty with cheese. You got the theme here. There's cheese. I'm sorry, lactose people. You know what I'm saying? So don't justify.
Either way, some days it's worth it. Like for Thanksgiving, I had every kind of lactate in my bag. I said, I'm not missing my mama's macaroni and cheese. We just gonna have to deal with the repercussions.
Me neither. Because I'm with you. I am actually, but I'm gonna eat me some cheese. I'm sorry. It's just, cheese and ice cream is worth the battle.
And then it's like people are like, well, you can get the vegan. I said, listen, I appreciate all the strides in technology and taste and all the panels to make like, well, this one tastes close. There is nothing like from the cow. Okay, from the cow. I don't know what they did to them to make us lactose, but from the cow. It is the best that you can ever get. And there's some that do taste good that are like alternatives. Yet and still, the original bona fide Mr. Moo is still going to get my money come Thanksgiving.
I can't wait for the Let's Get Live Entree Fam trip to Japan so you guys can taste some real deal Japan Hokkaido cheese. It is magic. Like Ken and I will eat that every time we eat a bite of one of them cheese when we over there. We just look at each other with that look on our face like, oh, this is like heaven. And their ice cream, it's a different taste. It tastes like what ice cream probably tastes like when Pawpaw was around, because they don't do chemicals and weirdness, and they sing to the cows and they massage them in that. So the milk and cheese taste so different over there. Like it's also, again, it's worth the battle because it's money shot.
Yeah, I definitely.
Let's stop talking about cheese.
If you get a stomachache afterwards because you ingested cheese, we cannot be held responsible. So Kathy had a question saying, totally not Vlogmas related, but is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I think it is.
It is.
I think it is.
But my cornball answer to best Christmas movie is still Love Actually. I don't know why. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, I mean,
just feel it in the fingers and toes.
It's just some things that you can't do without. I'm trying to pull up Love Actually just in case people don't know what that is. So Love Actually showing it, I guess, in the movie or whatever, but we'll see. Romance, drama. We ain't gonna play the trailer, but y'all can check it out. Watch some of the images and whatnot. So
it's been around for a minute, so 2003. It's been around that many minutes. Wow. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, dope movie. Worth checking out if you need a little holiday film for you and your loved ones. I don't know if there's anything I specifically watch around the holidays that's just like the go-to. You just kind of catch whatever comes on. Because I'm not a big TV person or movie person for real, but I think Die Hard is. It just has to be. It is a Christmas movie. Yeah,
that is a very good one. And it's funny how I even got that movie was one year Karen and I watched it and I was like kicking and screaming, I don't really want to watch this kind of sappy stuff. There's got to be a Star Wars something. And then I was like, oh, this is good. But I ain't gonna tell her that. Oh, this is really good. Oh, next thing you know, I walk around the house singing the songs for the movie and she's like, got him. Like,
that's hilarious. Hilarious. Real quick, we might as well do a little, we ain't gonna, not like an ad segment where we pay some bills, but we can definitely show some love. So they were saying they didn't know a group existed, which I find that was my same approach when I went on Doc's live stream. And he was like, well, he dropped his head. Doc's group is called Let's Get Live Squad. So am I in the group? Hell yes. And is it amazing? Hell yes. So there
my
is
limbs
the Entree
icon got to be right next to me. Lim, Alicio, India, Anthony, the usual. I could tell it from all the way on the live stream. The usual suspects is right in the front.
The main
Look,
main
Rob
problem
is up
cause.
in there. Dr.
Yep.
Elo. I can see Keith just darking it out at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, all troublemakers right there.
So it's a lot of fun things happening in the group. I recommend you join both because they both got their different vibe. I mean, if you're an extrovert for real, the Let's Get Live, you're not gonna be able to stop laughing. It's constant goodness going on in there. You know who surprised me this week? This last week was Rob.
Rob came with the heat.
I had no idea. I was like, because I'm like, first of all, so we did, if you guys aren't familiar, we did the TubeBuddy live stream. And Rob was like, I want you guys to come on and talk about Vlogmas. I think this is something that the community could benefit from. So it was me, Doc, Lim, India, Alicio, and yeah, I think it was just us and Rob. When I say Rob laughed, so he was red. He was red from laughing so hard constantly. I've never seen Rob like that before. And I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm like, first of all, Rob, I was like, we've gotten to the point, live streams are not 1 hour anymore with us. Like they are, we are 2.5 to 5 hours now.
A lot of people keep forcing that. I don't think they should. I think that if you're giving value and the people are vibing with you, like you got to run with it and be prepared. It's like those good restaurants that'll be open until we done with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the family restaurants, they do that. I like that. The restaurants that like they give you your last plate at 10:30 and then they stand there and look at you.
When are you gonna finish?
It's not a comfortable feeling. So
yeah,
I mean, I understand everyone's busy, and a lot of the, you know, the business types, social media types that do their stuff, they're all like, oh, we're gonna do a 45-minute stream. And then they invited me on, and then they're like, how do we do an hour?
Easy.
Sorry, player. So
Easy.
you don't even know an hour. That's called calisthenics, player.
Right, exactly. So they asked about the group. So let's go back to the Book of Faces. And so I dropped the links in the chat so everybody has that. So you have the Let's Get Live, which is I guess that's what you call your community on just YouTube.
That's my show.
Okay.
And then I kind of wanted it to also be just a monicum, right? You know, I think way back there was a song out of the go-go era. It used to be called Let's Get Live, and I always loved that because it's bringing the energy in the title. Like the title alone is like, yo, we fitting to get up here, you know. And I still say fitna, and no, I'm not from the South, but deal with it. I think it's very important to just come from a mindset of verbs and actions. Like speak verbs, speak actions, and you'll do much better. So I didn't want any adjectives. I purpose-driven name. Like I didn't want adjectives. I didn't want, you know, feel good. I simple. Let's get live. Let's just do live. This.
Yeah,
you know
love that.
I mean? So that's where I came from.
Yeah, and so like, so for me, mine is completely selfish, and it's called the Entree Fam, based on Entree Woman TV.
I thought it was about food. When I came in, I was like, they got no entrees up in here.
No entrees. Eat your purposeful work, and may the Lord bless you. But yeah, it's like, so in the Entree Fam group, again, it's a place for the community to be over. There as well, private live streams, behind the scenes stuff going on, a lot of encouragement and stuff like that. So like I said, you're not missing anything if you are just finding out about it, because the group just became created. So you're not like, oh man, it's been going on for years and I never know. It's not. The groups are new.
No, we just started. And I wasn't even ready. You know, I wasn't ready to have company over or nothing. Like the furniture wasn't even in the right space. And then Miss D in India snitched on me and be like, hey y'all, let's go to Doc's house. All the bikes is in his yard. Who said that stuff about the bikes in the yard? Oh, that was Beloved INC, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the bikes at Doc's house. I'm like, all right, y'all just started some mess. Hey, Alex is here. Hi, Alex.
Let's see, where you at?
Wait, I just seen him under Monroe, where LA said doctor. Oh, it's right above K-Walk's comment. But yeah.
I mean, yeah. Okay, Alex. Yeah, you late, Doc. We've been saying hi to Alex.
I'm sorry. I was walking down the street. I was like, I should vlog some stuff, but no. I just seen a lady walking with her 2 dogs in a chain, and I was distracted by them. So I was trying to get the creeper shot. So it will be in the video today.
Got you. Let's see. Live Fuller saying, I'm late into the game, so newbie question, are you using StreamYard? Hell no. Like, y'all will learn me very quickly here on the channel. I'm very upfront, very direct. I try to be mindful. I'd still recommend it depending on the person's use case, because even though I have personal enjoyment around using Ecamm Live, which is what we're using, whatever works for you and gets the job done to help you be visible using video. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to tell you to go drop $5,000 to get everything you see everybody online with. Sometimes you have to start with what you have. And I did beta testing, which a lot of people don't know. I did some beta testing probably around about 2018 for StreamYard. At the same time, I got started doing beta testing for Ecamm Live. So only difference was, it's like StreamYard is online browser based, and for the features and for the price at the time, and they were still stuck at like 720p. If we're talking about cameras, lenses, lighting for your business, and all of these other things to get you the quality that you see me and Doc having, why would I tell you to go use a platform that is going to smush that even further, and has different limitations? So it just didn't make sense, and nor was the community. Even like when I brought it to y'all, we talked about it on live streams in days past, y'all was like, hell no. So I don't have any negatives around StreamYard. I fully support the opportunity that they have provided and afforded a lot of people that didn't have anything, because Ecamm Live is Mac only, but StreamYard, again, is browser based. So no, I'm not using it, but I mean, you can if you want to, but you know, I'm pro Ecamm Live over here. So Doc, thoughts?
You know, when I first looked into what was popping, when I decided I'm coming back in, right, I was coming from OBS, and then they had, what really got me excited was Streamlabs OBS for Mac finally came out. And that, strangely, their timing, it was like February. So I downloaded Streamlabs OBS for Mac, and I was like, yo, this is tight, but it's still kind of kludgy in the OBS sense. Like, I thought it would be better because it's kind of the paid version, you know, so to speak. And then I got turned off real quick, because no matter what I did, I kept getting pop-ups. Do you want to pay $11 a month Prime? Do you want to pay $11 a month Prime? I go, first of all, I already have Prime. It belongs to Amazon. Get creative with your name, player.
Yeah.
Premium is fine. That's very generic. Prime is very Amazon.
Very Amazon.
Like, once Amazon owns that word, you don't get to use that word no more, right? I'm not going to make my membership on my YouTube channel and call Prime. You know what I mean? Just that was just lazy. So I know this is such a weird place, but I'm like, if you that kind of lazy and you bombarded me constantly for $11, I'm not about that life. Right. So I started looking around, and then I would just happen to be the next day I was on your stream and you were talking about using Ecamm. And I did also look at StreamYard, and I looked at Restream. Restream was dope. I'm like, I'm probably going to use this. I looked at StreamYard. I looked at, there's another one, begins with a C. That's from the old guys at Akamai Media.
You mean like B? Are you? I know B Live TV, and I know StreamYard. I know Miss.
B Live's been around for a minute. I know Oscar.
Yeah.
I know Oscar. Like, I had dinner with Oscar many times in San Francisco at Macworld. Oscar Brandenburg, the guy that owns Boinks, like, I've completely kicked it with his family. Actually, they used to help us run our show, because before we got Wirecast, I was using the original Boinks TV. So Boinks has been in the game since streaming day one. And again, amazing. When I looked at the price for StreamYard, I was like, somebody is smoking something, because that wasn't nice. And again, I'm not a person that likes to get mad about what people think their value is worth, but I'm like, you got so many people that are not even near you in price. How do you just, I'm gonna just be $30 more expensive than everybody and throw 720p and be like, I'm a boss? And I'm like, yeah, you kind of like the Bama with the platinum leather shoes in 2020.
You know, and that was my whole thing. I'm very straight up. I'm not gonna dog anybody's brand for what you're trying to do, but at the same time, if I'm gonna be asked my realistic opinion on recommendations, it's just some things I'm not gonna recommend. Just like somebody asked about Panasonic cameras, I'm like, you'll never hear me recommend a Panasonic camera, even though I bought probably like 5 or so of them and absolutely loved them. But for most people's use case for what they're trying to do, it just doesn't work. So even when I approached and said, what do you think about this? And I asked different people, they was like, hell no. That's their words. I'm not saying no, that's in quotations several times over. And most of the time was the price for the features. I've had people go buy Mac computers, even though they're a PC-based person, all of their stuff, and this happens several times. They like, I'm going to go get a Mac so I can go use Ecamm Live, because the value was there. Real quick, I'm gonna shift gears real quick because Tawana had a question about Epidemic Sound. So when you're looking at Epidemic Sound real quick, They have the personal, the commercial, and the enterprise one. I would say, depending on if it's just for you and your business, you can use the personal account, but I got a quick hack for you for that one. If you're going to be doing like work like I do with my clients, and if I wanted to use this work for my client's project, then I would use commercial. But here's the thing with that as well. If your clients already have an Epidemic Sound Artlist account, you can set up a 1Password to use their stuff so that it's not an extra occurring cost or whatever. It's just part of the things you would already have linked up in your systems. But for me personally, I still have the personal account because I use it for my actual content and stuff like that. But if you get a TubeBuddy account, links are already in the chat. You get 25% off Epidemic Sound that's included in your member perks. So if you don't have TubeBuddy, first of all, why not get it? Because I've definitely talked about it plenty of times on the channel. Any consultations?
Hey, look at us on brand today too.
Man, representing. I didn't even realize. I forgot I had the shirt on.
Nah, me.
Forgot I had this shirt on, but they definitely give you, and it's not just Epidemic Sound. There's a lot of other good stuff in here, like Audio Hero, which has some. It's a little cheesy in some respects, but they're okay. They give you some other stuff like Tuber Tools, which is by the Neman brothers, I believe. You can check that out if you're a Filmora user. This is stuff y'all have heard me talk about on the email list. This actually went down because it used to be higher. So, again, you guys will have gotten emails if you're part of the Entree Insiders. Even Roberto Blake hopped in here, throwing in some thumbnail and stuff like that for TubeBuddy stuff. You get a lot of good stuff in here, as well as also using the TubeBuddy mobile app. I mean, it's really amazing for the stuff that you can do and what TubeBuddy is doing. So, like I said, links in the description. You go to dyna.link/TubeBuddy. Or dyna.link/Epidemic Sound. Both of those are, like I said, in the chat. But, Doc, I know you love TubeBuddy, but let me get your opinion on said service.
Okay, so super funny, gang. I've been in YouTube since like week 1, which is crazy, but it wasn't a thing. Like what we're doing right now wasn't a thing yet. What we're doing now really wasn't a thing until probably about like 2013-ish, right? Other than that, it was just like random make a video, post it, random make a video, post it.
Right.
And then I was stuck last year. I was stuck at around 2,500 subscribers. And then I was in the hospital, I was doing some recovery stuff. I was just reading online, like time to catch up on some work. And then I said, you know what, let me go and bless on my channel so that, when I get out of here, just got that new 6,400. I want to go play, shoot some videos and be about that life. Mm-hmm. So I ran into TubeBuddy. And now that I think about it, it's super funny. How I found you is you're on the front page of TubeBuddy.
Yeah.
You're a testimonial.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I like that Nick guy. He's bald, beard, glasses. Okay, I'm gonna check him out. Oh, look, there's a sister. Let me click and see what she got to say. And that's how I just remember. That's how I found you. Anyway, a little more than a year ago, a year and 2 months ago, I signed up for TubeBuddy and I followed what it says. You know, the people that go to the gym, they got the training for like 3 days, and next thing you know, they're doing their bar up with the bar all crooked. You know, they're not following the form. Mm-hmm. I say I'm gonna stick to the form. I'm gonna do exactly what they say. I'm not gonna deviate from it. And over a year, I've doubled my channel. I am sitting at almost 6,300 and growing. And yeah, it's great. Like, got my thumbnail game straight. Okay, here's the secret, folks. I'm 360 odd videos deep, I think. Mm-hmm. You can change the TubeBuddy affiliate link, like say that changes. I can change all 300 videos description with one button press.
Yes.
That alone, I was done because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go fix my descriptions because I didn't have any. So I built my little bottom template and I said, go add this to everything. They was like, okay. And then by the time you finish your little cup of soup, Baby Yoda style, it was done. It was done. I was like, oh snap. And it's amazing. Just do it, man. It's worth it. Even if you got to start with the free, because we get it, money's a thing. Mm-hmm. It's worth it. It would definitely change your game.
And even if you have under 1,000 subscribers, whatever that base price is once you sign up for the free account, they have an offer already. It's like I think you get it for like $4.50 a month. So when I was working my
Yeah.
job and I was under 1,000 subscribers, I was like, yeah, this makes sense already, even if it was full price. But I was like, that's nice that it's like if you're under 1,000, you're still growing. They almost slashed that in half or whatever, and you can still get access to that. But that
Don't you love
also
that?
is
Look at that. That you love that. Oh, that's what you say about the company. I keep telling y'all, man, stop buying software. Go find a community first
yes.
and then see how the community be. And between like the eCam community,
Mm-hmm.
man, game changer, right?
And
And the Two Buddy community.
that's one of the things. It's like even though I wasn't on Facebook like that for real. I'd be on there in a personal capacity, playing around with family and friends, a joke here and there or whatever. But it's like this year for real had to get more involved. For real. It's just like I do business with people who you don't have to educate on things that are just already right and good ways to treat your people. So that's why, like, when I looked at Canon to Sony, and I talked about this when somebody had asked recently about, like, well, why this or whatever. I'm like, I'm also looking at your brand. I'm not just looking at what you provide, but I'm also looking at your brand. And in a realistic way, when that stuff really popped off, like Black Lives Matter or whatever, you saw who had to educate themselves. You saw who had to reinforce the encouraging messages they were already doing. And here's the thing, alongside other things that happened that were huge in the industry, and when it came to just personal human rights for all different kinds of people, not just for Black people, but when stuff comes up, I'm looking at companies to see how do you respond to when stuff happens. So when the oil spill happens on the different Indian reservations, and you have people coming out talking about, it's just like, how are you responding to somebody's need and hurt? And when I pay attention, there are some brands and some companies that give that template copy paste message. We care about all people, and we're here to provide service. And it's just like, but I saw Glenn and Ken. They already never had a problem, but they further stepped up. TubeBuddy was already for the people, and for creators, they already had stepped up in the diversity in their panels, diversity in who you're working with, or just how lax and how ingrained, like, not you work for us now kind of a brand deals, but like, man, like their brand deals matter to the creators, and it's beyond money. And so when I looked at Canon versus Sony for a long time, from out the gate, were like, hey, y'all are making videos on YouTube, you're using our cameras, what do we need to do to fix this? What are y'all looking for? New camera every 6 months. And I'm just like, when we gonna get, just like you sit on the bench watching your team lose, and you're like, well, when you gonna put somebody in the game to win this thing? And it's just like, you keep seeing it. Panasonic stepped up, Nikon was still dragging their foot, Fuji stepped up, and I'm like, I want to go for the people that support their people. And that includes even Kajabi. When I look at who they're working with and the things that they're talking about. When I talked to a brand ambassador at Kajabi in 2018, it was a young lady that was like 30 something. And she was at Sean Cannell's event or whatever. And I continued to talk to her afterwards. She was like, here's my email. Reach out to me if you need whatever and this, that, or whatever, because I did need help afterwards. And I'm just like, that's what I care about. Inclusivity, people that are just caring, and it's just real. It's not because you need to meet a metric or a standard, but it is legit just how you already normally operate your business. That stuff matters, even if it's not like a big deal to me personally. I care about how you treat other people. So it's like when I'm supporting a brand, it matters.
When I was a month into Ecamm, and they did this thing like sort of right after the S hit the fan with Brother George and whatnot. For the next like couple of weeks, they just featured Black creators on their stuff. And I was like, man, these guys are dope. Like, they're on their mission. They're not just like out here in these streets playing. Now, it's going to be kind of joke, but it's also serious. I don't know what y'all know about the greater Boston area, but it's not the most unracist place in the U.S. It's one of the most racist, like, northern spots in there, and they're smack dead in the GBA. But yet, they were on mission, and they supported. So I appreciate companies that do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, a question, Doc, saying, did you go with Restream?
Oh yes, absolutely. I still use Restream. I'm it drives me crazy because I'm not a huge fan of the way Facebook does their lives, but that's where the folks is at. So like Miss D said, Like, you can't be out in these streets. Now I found my point. Thank you. She got me. She made me remember. You can't be out here like, I don't like mobile phones. Mobile phones are bad. Like, it's causing people to be distracted and blah blah blah. That's victim mentality. People hate when I say this, but I'm always saying it because I believe it's true. If you're at a dinner party and say there's like 8 of y'all and you look over there and 4 people are looking at their phones, that's not that the phones has messed up society. You ain't got nothing important to say. Now, this is going to come out real cocky, but I mean it from the base. Nobody be looking at their phone when I'm at the table because I got interesting stuff to say. If you got something interesting to say, if you're providing value to the conversation, if you're engaging with the other folks, if you're letting them tell their stories and you're asking them questions and you care, nobody got time to be staring at their phone. Okay, except for my 11-year-old niece, that's different. But the rest of them, everybody will pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, this it's a victim cop out. Oh, my kids are always looking at their phone. Are you engaging your kids? Yeah. Watch James Riley's Vlogmas video from yesterday. Mr. Riley out here in these streets engaging his kids, got his big butt up there trying to hula hoop. It was hilarious. It's straight hilarious. That hula hoop, it went like one, bam. And the daughter was like that. It's like this. And she's like, and then she's doing the nay-nay. And then Jay's try again, the hula hoop around his neck. You know, I'm like, yo, I can see Mr. Riley was a great teacher. Like, he's a fun teacher. He's a teacher you would have signed up for his class right away. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, are you engaging? And that's the thing. Nobody wants to look internally to the problem. It's like, okay, what is it that I'm doing or what is it that I'm not doing? And that's like a huge thing. It's like, because everybody wants to believe that they're great. Not that they don't have room for improvement, but it's like, no, this is fine. What's the problem? And that's a huge thing, because it's funny. Just like Alicio keep giving me crap, because it's like, well, you said on the live stream that you don't have kids because you like disposable income. And I'm like, you're absolutely correct. That's a true statement.
Hey, preaching to the
okay. It's like,
you
but
know what I mean?
It's like, for years, I have siblings that'll call, say, you need to come get your niece and nephews because I can't talk to them or they're not listening or whatever. We sit down, what's going on, y'all? Man, Auntie Diana, this is just, they unload.
That verbal diarrhea. There's something dope about being the Funko, though. You know what I mean? Because like it's strange. I am probably the most strict on her and the one that's always on her case about her school and whatever. And like, you got to know these things. But I'm the one person she wants to kick it with. Like, she always wanted to kick it with Unks because I got something fun to do or, you know, try stuff. And then she did something in school and she was so scared to tell me. And she's like, and mom was like, nope, you got to tell Uncle because he going to be mad. And I just laughed at her. And then she was like, is it okay? I was like, no, it's not okay, but it's funny. So I'm going to laugh at you. But if you do it again, now we got a problem. Like, as long as you can learn from your mistake, you know? But it's just super funny, man. Kids are different. And I think the hardest part about parents is parents spend a lot of time listening to other parents instead of listening to their kids. Like, your kids telling you what they want, need. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got a couple questions real quick. Tawana question saying, so for TubeBuddy, should we choose the pro account? And I think, yeah, I was just gonna say, I think
I'll actually go star if you can do it.
Yeah, if you can do it until you get to and here's the thing, it's better to grow into getting some of the other stuff as you start to learn, and take the TubeBuddy 101 class that Rob and Andrew they do every week.
Every Tuesday. I go, and I had it for more than a year. I still go just because it's fun.
Yeah. It's like, so take the TubeBuddy 101, which will be links once you sign in or whatever. But it's like $9 a month to get the pro account, or you can go star if you can get a little bit more. I think to get the in screen and the cards and stuff like that, advanced scheduling, those extra little bit of things, monetization tools is fine. If you're not monetized, then don't worry about that. You'll grow into it. But just simply for the card and the in-screen templates and stuff like that, the efficiency wise, I think that's super important, because I'm huge on efficiency. What can save me time that I would otherwise have to do? And so, like, when you update your links, like I think Ecamm changed who they were using for the affiliate program, and it was like, oh, y'all gotta update all your links. No problem, I got TubeBuddy, so I can say, go find these links, replace them with this, and I go about my day. So efficiencies that you would have to hire somebody to do, that a service can do, it's worth the money and the investment. And then second question, good to see you, Tana. I think it's you, Tana. Saying, can you use the 5-volt to the 9-volt USB converter on a DC coupler for the E12 for the, I guess it's for the M50, E12 is for the M50 or whatever. So here's the thing when it comes to that, power through the, okay, so here's the thing. If you don't know anything about electrical currents, volts, ohms, all the rest of it, don't play around with that kind of stuff. That's a good way to short out your equipment if you don't know what you're looking for. So, and it goes beyond just a buzz or a hum. If
I'm
you
only
are
laughing because it's pure facts. It's such a simple statement, but it's pure facts, and a lot of people, they just don't know that. And so,
yeah, it's like just
I'm not
because
laughing at
just because something can connect to each other doesn't mean that you should be, really doing that. What I would suggest is the Rice Up plug adapter that I talked about in the power options for the Canon M50. That one is fine to connect to the wall adapter, or you can connect it to a battery bank, and in their little pamphlet that comes with the gear, it will tell you, and even on the website on Amazon, it'll tell you your battery bank needs to have this specifically, and they'll have one that they even recommend and give you a link to. I don't play around when it comes to power options because I'm not trying to be an electrical engineer. So it's just easy for me to say, oh, you recommend this one, add that to the cart, unless I look on the back of my current battery bank and I say, okay, it meets those requirements. Just saying, you say this number, I'm looking, it says that number, it's verified. Unless you got that kind of knowledge around electrical currents and stuff like that, don't try to do too much with that because it's a good way to short out your camera. Just buy the Rice Up one.
I'm gonna paste a link in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for I made a video speaking about this because I had a buddy of mine blew up her 6600. Put in the ghetto like Amazon battery.
Yeah.
And I told her, you either buy Power Junkies or you buy Tether Tools. And she said, well, Tether Tools is like $180. I'm like, your camera's like $1,700.
Yeah.
Go ahead, knock yourself out. This was only $30.
Mm-hmm.
Boof. Doc, my camera stopped working. And I was like, told you. No, can't you help? Nope, I told you.
Yeah.
I gave you, that's my really, really good friend calls people who do that assholes. People that ask you questions and you give them your good solid advice and they don't take it, and then they do something dumb and then they be mad.
Yeah.
So
it's just not worth it. Digging Canuck, the Canadian.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
The treasure hunting channel. That's amazing. That's unique. I love that. And then the live stream started at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then a question I really want to dig into, because this is me stepping on a soapbox moment. Saying the new generation of phones is making it hard for people to communicate. You guys should. I've seen the social dilemma, and prior to the social dilemma, starting in when I was 22 years old, my mentor had me to go on a digital fast, and that 30-day fast turned into a 6-month digital fast where I listened to no public radio, I watched no television, I listened to nothing but personal self-development books. Even when I was asleep, had a speaker underneath the pillow. So I know everything. I won't say that. Not that I know everything, but I will say I know everything about myself when it comes to my specific attention. And here's the thing with that. And this is not at you, obviously, but just opening that conversation. As adults, we have the right and the ability to choose where our focus and attention goes. No algorithm is smarter than you knowing yourself per se, because they have to study you to get the data on you to be able to use it even for you or against you. And even though I understand that the number one thing, the number one commodity is time and attention, because once you take those, you can't get them back. So if you don't know how to manage your own time and your own attention, furthermore teaching that to your children, then the fault is not on the company for being efficient in making money and capturing attention. It's on us for not knowing how to monitor that and value our own time and attention. Furthermore, I taught, used to teach teen church, and I didn't teach teen church the way everybody thought. I asked specifically, I said, now y'all sure you want me to come in here and teach these things? Like, yeah, we want. I said, what? I said, how much freedom do I have? Because I don't want no rules. I don't want any limitations. Obviously, I'm not going to do anything to hurt the kids or put them in danger or whatever, but I want free reign to do this how I want to do this. And it was like, fine. And I wouldn't say yes until I got that. Okay, we did that. And I guess what I started teaching them? digital fast. Learn how to capture your attention and know where it's going. It's not about the device is bad, but it's about knowing how to use the device. It's a tool. A hammer for a mason person or whomever, a mechanic, or whoever would use that tool, it's not the hammer is not in control. The tool is in control. And even if it's the best hammer ever and it makes work super efficient, it's still up to you to manage your own attention. So the social dilemma is good, but that should not be a fear-mongering type of a deal to say, oh, be careful, watch out for this thing that you bought with your own money is going to do things to you. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. These devices were created for us. Use them wisely. It's no different than a car or, something. It's no different than a car. For real,
Yeah,
or
exactly
something
like
else. It's a tool.
my name is D. I'm gonna say that's a cop out, and I'm very, very hard about this because I think it's the dumbest thing in the world that everybody, and I'm sorry that somebody taught you that. I don't even blame you for believing that because it's echoed so loudly.
Yeah.
It is echoed so loudly. Let's talk about the things that you can actually learn. First of all, if Facebook shows you an article and that article is whack and you don't have the ability to suss that whackness out of that article because you don't double check the source, you don't double check the alternative arguments, you don't look at, is there a pattern to this or whatever, that's on you. Like I'm like that. Like I automatically know right away, this is trying to make me feel some type of way. And then I go double check my feels against facts. No problem. But telling people the thing that can give you access to every culture, every country, every written article, the deepest knowledge papers, like people read blog posts, but how many of you ever read a business journal?
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
You out here reading blog posts that says that the tax situation is going to be put in a situation that's going to mess up your business. You could actually go to Harvard Business Journals and read the actual code, right? How many people when the Mueller report came out actually read the report? You know what I'm saying? Like you have the knowledge is there, right?
Yes.
So the reason why they tried to keep us from learning stuff for so many years is because they thought as we got knowledgeable, we would become dangerous. Now all the knowledge is available and people become undangerous because they still doing the lazy way out. So it's not the device's fault. And I was going to use the car as an analogy. A car is either a mode of transportation or a murder weapon. It really depends on what you do with that. So at some point you got to take onus upon yourself. And so the people that cut off the TV and do all of that, fine. If that works for you, knock yourself out. But there's people who will cut off the TV and there's still idle time is just sitting around going, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to get that time back, do something with that. Read something, get a degree, learn to speak a language, learn how to do artisan pottery, do something else. But like it's not the device.
Yeah.
And I saw Canuck's question and absolutely. The answer to his question is absolutely.
Yes, and does TubeBuddy. There's free TubeBuddy. Yes, it does.
But just installing TubeBuddy and looking at the red icon doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You must still put in that work.
That's why you got to do the TubeBuddy 101 to get an understanding. And even if they have videos around it on the TubeBuddy channel, start watching those things and look at your regular process for your videos to start learning how to properly analyze your own channel. Don't look at what other people have. And the easiest ways to kind of judge yourself is to see how many videos somebody does, how good or bad they look or sound, in addition to the subscribers, comments, views, or even how many people are live on the live stream with them. It's easy to judge those public numbers, but when you look at TubeBuddy's going to help you understand on a almost molecular level your channel and how to properly analyze that data, in addition to the new stuff that YouTube provides. But before we dive too far off into that, because I do want to come back to the TubeBuddy stuff, the social dilemma stuff is something that I think rocked a lot of people. And I did this talk earlier this year. I was super honored to be asked to speak at the Atlanta Black Chamber of Commerce. And so part of that talk, I want to show y'all one of the slides, is that this is some of the data that I pulled to further explain to them. And I also covered some similar things in some other talks. It's like, this is what creating videos has done on my channel. This is the metrics and the numbers from October 2018 to October 9th, 2020. I got it up until the day of me having to do the talk. So it was this one and it was some other ones, but I shared this information. The amount of impressions, which means exposure to people, equals to the state of Washington watching little old Diana in her home office. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of people that is in the state of Washington is how much exposure where that person saw a thumbnail with me pop up in regards to a video topic that they were probably researching. 32.9% of that came from YouTube themselves actually recommending that. Drop down again to views from the impressions, how many people actually watched based on that equals the state of, not the state, but the city of Houston, Texas. 2.3 million people saw little old Diana. Further drill down, one more again. Excuse me, not that I did it backwards. 32.9% equals Houston, and then you look at views from impression equal the city of New Orleans. So what are we talking about when we talking about exposure? And that's for free. Drill down one more. This was the next slide that I talked about. Was for me to get that much reach and exposure, because everybody wants to do the pay to play method, and understanding the value of producing video content on YouTube and sharing that for free versus for me to get those kind of numbers, if I'm doing it for the cost per click, and this is current data as of October 2020, 97 cents would have been $378,000. I don't know who's rocking with that for Facebook ads or who is doing that, but I'm pretty sure they're not living in a home office like that or like I am. You know what I'm saying? Furthermore, if we did the cost per 1,000 impressions, or the CPM, which runs about $7.19, we're looking at $50 million. I pulled my own statistics, compared that with real-time data for the time frame for that talk that I was giving, just to get people to understand you are reaching states and cities, and I'm a quote-unquote small channel. So it's just like, so when we talk about like what Facebook and YouTube is doing to us, what are you doing for it? What are you doing to get exposure? What are you doing to get inside of people's devices and share a purposeful message, or to help them to do something? So it's just like, for the amount of books that I read and all that stuff, it's not diminished because of how much time I spend on my phone, and it's not helping me connect less with people. I'm actually connecting more with people. Doc, we would have never been doing this if it wasn't for the internet and Facebook and YouTube. Never would have happened.
Completely different. You know, I joke around in our community because I'm a little bit on the agnostic side. But you know what's crazy? In my Let's Get Live group, I'm going to say about 60% of them folks is of the pastoral type. And if my grandma and my mama can see me now out here coaching, you know, clergy folks on how to better get their message spread, they would be like, got you. Told you. You was fitting to come to church. Okay. I'm like, nah, ma, I'm going to stay home and watch football. And she'd be mad. But now she like, look at you up here in church. You didn't even know it, but you in church. Listen. We got you. Mom and grandma up there moonwalking their butt off. And so, yes, people, sometimes, like, there's a story in lots of folks, and your story is helping other people come correct with their story. It's helping people. Like, this is a fantastic mission that we're on. And it's not even about either of us. You know, it's just about being out here doing what you're doing. And I tell people all the time, like, I watch channels of these folks that watched anime and said, you know what? I'm going to learn how to speak Japanese. There's a dude that lives in Portland, and he just learned by himself in Portland, never even been in country yet, and he's good. I'm like, man, cuz came with the sauce. You couldn't do that in school. You just can't. You know what I mean? So you can teach yourself all types of things if you want. Like, the tool is a fantastic tool if you want to use it for that. And last point, red meat don't kill you. Constant crazy amounts of red meat will kill you. That's a different story. But then you got the vegan people that go, red meat is killing us. No, it's the 20-ounce porterhouse that's killing us. A 6-ounce steak is lovely. Back it up with some green beans and garlic. Ooh, finish it off with a little salad, and then have a little fruit bowl at the end. Boom, all day, you're good. But a 20-ounce porterhouse, because I'm a man, that might kill you. So different story.
Yeah, and that's the
No,
thing my
no, I want
grandfather would
steak.
say. My grandfather would say too much of anything is not good for you. And so
And we
my
gotta get
grand
rid of Lim Weldon.
what
I'm saying.
that's not fair. Limb drops. He gonna get rid of himself when he go. And you need to boop internet.
Strong Island.
Internet. And he was going good that day on the Two Buddy stream, and I'm like, come on, Lim, and boop, internet drop, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Lim.
I thought he was just about to start speaking in tongues, and got him.
Internet got him. What's up, Christopher? Good to see you. Glad that you're here, and thanks for everybody that is hopping in live. This is my buddy Doc Rock. If you're not familiar with Doc, you see him in the chat all the time. So, just to check back real quick, Utana, or I think if you're not comfortable, and I put this down there, and this is for anybody. Most of the time, these companies have their own branded adapter. I do have 2 actual Sony adapters that I use with my A6400s or when I'm renting other camera gear. So if you're not comfortable with a third-party brand, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a very valid reason. Just go with the actual branded one, and then you're good to go. And then the value is there. You know, you got customer support, warranties, and the rest. So you're not losing no money on it. You're going to get your value for it. And just a peace of mind if that works for you. And then Tawana, for anybody that was wondering, when TubeBuddy asked if you're having a channel, yes, that's linking your YouTube channel as well. Be love, good to see you. The twins are rocking Vlogmas. Do you hear me?
Man. Right?
They're rocking it.
They're so awesome. I see them on like some kind of like high level brand deal somewhere out here selling Gap jeans or something. Like, I don't know. Like, they're so charismatic, man. They're amazing.
I hope that something or some brand catches them for what they're trying to do. Because they're definitely into fashion and stuff like that. But I think it would be dope. Like, imagine like Gap or Nike or somebody pick them up and just like, yeah, keep doing what you want to do for your ministry work, and we want to bring your brand in the store. You know, so I'm all for that. I hope that happens soon. Anthony causing problems in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you.
Yeah, I was giving Anthony trouble today because he talked about, I've been on Photoshop CS when the first Photoshop first came out. I was like, bruh, you missed like 20 years prior to that. He's like, oh, before my time. Smart Alec.
Tawana saying, is there a coupon code for the TubeBuddy Star? When you sign up for the TubeBuddy, just like the free account or whatever, when you go back there to the My Account section, it'll say something around that, like when you want to upgrade. So it'll have it already there for you. So it's not anything. I'm pretty sure it is a specific verbiage, but just in case it's changed, because I'm on a Legend account, so I don't think I'll be able to see it. But when you sign up for the free account, just go into the My Account on tubebuddy.com, and then you'll be able to see when you want to upgrade. They'll have it already right there for you. And then...
Actually, if you take 101, Tawana, if you take 101, Rob gives everybody a Secret Squirrel code inside the 101 around this birthday cake picture. So in the intro, if you want, just sign up for the free account. Click on the right when you log in, you're gonna see Rob's 101 thing in the corner. Click that little link. Go watch the replay from last week. And then there's a birthday cake that shows up, and then Rob tells you use this code, and it's something, I think it's channel 101 or something like that, and then that'll give you a little bit of sauce on the price. You know, it's not $1 million off or something like that, but hey, it's coffee, and anytime you can save another money for another cup of coffee,
listen,
out in these streets.
Doc, where is my coffee? I sent you the address.
Don't worry. It's coming, lady.
Man.
I went to the shop yesterday, and then the lady was like, oh, we're just getting the new stuff in. We'll bring it in tomorrow. And I was like, man, I done came all the way over here. So she was like, oh, but then just go to the online thing. And I'm like, bet, got you. But yeah, like I go to the Spotlight Coffee like a couple times a week, and we are out of beans in the house. So do you prefer it already ground up, or you want to ground it yourself?
No, I'm not that bougie. Just grind it up for me. Just like... efficient. I'm not gonna be over here just like the Fuji people doing this. He got us over here doing
Day
this.
One, I showed everybody my little pour over technique. Yo, I love that joint, man.
Man, it's bougie. So I'm not finna be sitting here serenading these grinds. Y'all better make me this cup so I can
you know
move
what's
on.
funny? After like 2 years of pour over, like day before yesterday or something, Kara's like, can we get a coffee maker? And I'm like, no, we gotta do it. She was mad.
Yeah.
She's like, make your own coffee then. I'm like, I can, but like I taught her how and she got good at it. So then I started letting her do it.
Yeah.
But pour over is great. Once you have one, it's kind of hard to want to drink the perks because it just tastes better. I don't know what it is about it, but I do use that time frame to, listen to one of your little videos, the short ones that you throw up on Instagram and stuff, or I'll listen to, the daily briefs from Amazon, from Prime. So I use that it takes about 7-8 minutes to do it pour over way. I use that time frame to just process and be ready, because like literally I walk out the bed straight into the kitchen and put on the kettle. Like it's a must.
You saying that, I've been thinking about doing a separate like a daily podcast, but it's just like more or less pulling those snippets that I'll do like for Instagram in like 5 or 10 minute segments that'll just upload there. But just in audio format though, for like a second podcast. So it's like, and the reason why is because I remember when I was working and stuff, it's like you want to listen to something, but maybe you don't have a whole lot of time. And I have always been like a long form content creator, but I create micro content pieces or whatever the case. And it's like, so I always loved NPR, National Public Radio, for anybody that doesn't know. And when I found podcasts back in the day, and when I found like NPR, I'm like, this is free. Like these nuggets are free, and you giving them out daily. Please, yes, please, and more of them.
I want to give your people the homework. I just want you to check out one episode on NPR of The Hidden Brain by Shankar Padanta. I know the name is difficult, but one episode of The Hidden Brain. I don't know why, when it happened for me, but I became a brain, like the way the brain works person from a long time ago. So I absolutely love like the Hidden Brain, because they get into like the actual why we do certain things and think a certain way, and all of this is from scientific studies, so it's not out here, but look at that, see that picture just invokes a certain amount of I'm in a better mode. So I love this podcast. It's not super short, but it's not super deep, and they explain things in very, very good way. But listen to an episode of that, and it probably help you with your business and help you with your marketing stuff, because you understand how folks be thinking out in these streets.
Absolutely. And it's I'm trying to think of, this is an unfamiliar title to me by Napoleon Hill, but I just really start digging into this book. I'm about like 3 chapters in or what have you, but it's called How to Own Your Own Mind by Napoleon Hill. And he has several books that I've never, like, I'm still uncovering stuff that he has written, but that one kind of came out, I want to say it came out some years afterwards, because there's some works that he had or would do, but he wouldn't publish it because at the time maybe it wouldn't have been well received. And so like the Napoleon Hill Foundation, they're still releasing works and stuff of his from like the 1920s, and it's just it's mind-boggling. But that's one of the books. It's called How to Own Your Own Mind by Napoleon Hill. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. NPR, Andy in the house. Good to see you. B-Love saying, everyone is doing so great for Vlogmas. We are learning so much from everyone's video. We love it. We love Vlogmas. It's only day 4. That's what I'm talking about. I've never been so excited to like, and like for real. And it, like Doc, I had messaged you about, I'm like, man, this is turning into something, like this is different. And then the LinkedIn movement happened, because I hit Alex up and I'm like, Alex, you need to do this, bro, because Alex Miner, amazing filmmaker, amazing husband, amazing father, does some incredible work, and I know he kind of got off on his channel, and we've chatted up a bit, and I'm like, dude, do Vlogmas, hop in. He did. Alex is all over on Instagram. He posted to Instagram, not Instagram, but LinkedIn. He was like, what if we do this on LinkedIn? And he shared it out to his community. Now LinkedIn Vlogmas is popping off. I'm like, brother.
What?
I'm like, do you understand?
That. Okay.
Listen, hashtag LinkedIn Vlogmas is happening. I'm like, dude. What? I was like, do you understand? Because he tagged me in the post, and he was like, shout out to Diana. Thanks for getting me involved. And I can tell, like, he's feeling like that weight came up off of him about not creating content for himself like he's wanted to. So Vlogmas helped kick that off for him. And LinkedIn, hashtag LinkedIn Vlogmas, like his post is blowing up. I'm still getting tagged in stuff. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I see it right here.
But it's like, it's going. I'm like, LinkedIn Vlogmas is for real a movement happening on LinkedIn, because Alex hopped in and did LinkedIn LinkedIn already and brought Vlogmas over there. And it's just like, listen, what is going on this day? And he got so many people just like, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna get it in. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's genius. You know, and it's funny because like I be really needing to do my LinkedIn stuff better.
Mm-hmm.
This week I was on 2 LinkedIn shows, and I'm like, yo, I'm so far behind on LinkedIn because it got to a point where I was over it, and then it got better,
Mm-hmm.
and I just never had come back. You know, I guess when I got to Apple, it was kind of hard to be on LinkedIn because they don't
Mm-hmm.
really like you over there,
Yeah.
and then I never went back. And then this year I started going back because that's where if you do some type of business services joint, that's where you need to be secretly. But you know, it's funny. Everybody's still out here like, I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be on LinkedIn. I don't want to be on. Cool. You don't need to be there. You can still call your grandma like this.
Yeah. The
Knock yourself
rotary.
out, player.
The good
Go
rotary.
ahead. Go
Christopher,
ahead with your bad stuff.
you recommending Outwitting the Devil? I read Outwitting the Devil when it dropped. So I've been on Outwitting. I've been on Outwitting. I think I got it when it first came out, if I recall correctly, because people were afraid of that book and they didn't like it. So have you heard of that by Napoleon Hill?
The new one, it was not new, but I guess, you know, his lost works.
Yeah.
I have, it's in my Audible recommended, because, you know, I basically listen to those.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something I did a few years back, and it's so random, the source of the problem. I got scolded by someone because I could tell you every single stat for every single quarterback, pitcher, forward, center, point guard, shooting guard, like golf. I could tell you everything. Like I was ESPN about 24/7, right? I was about 28 years old. And then he's like, man, are you going to be a sportscaster? No. Well, why you know all of that stuff? Because we're on radio. It gives me something to talk about, whatever like that. And he was like, come here. You know how they get that lean in? Okay. If you read books about personal development and about business and about finance at the rate you read about Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thompson, Larry Bird, you, my friend, will be off the chain because you just absorbed lots of info. I immediately canceled Sports Illustrated and ESPN the magazine subscriptions, and I jumped on Audible in 2002. Like, it's crazy. And I just like, boom, boom. I started reading. I was like, oh, I love this stuff. Started getting in your Brian Tracy's, your Jim Rome's, your Zig. I went through Zig Ziglar. I went through Zig Ziglar like a crack addict. I look like Tyrone Biggins over here. Y'all got any more of that Zig? You know, okay. I started going to Zig conferences. Like, I love me some Zig because he funny as all get, and he got those good country sayings. Yeah. And again, I'm not even country, but I love country folk for some reason. And then I told myself, like, when I got to Apple, I was like, man, this is amazing. Like, somehow I'm here. I don't want to waste this. So my New Year's resolution was, I'm going to read 52 books in 1 year.
Yeah.
Everybody said you was crazy. At the end, I was at like 68. So now I'm on 100 books a year, or you ain't even out here.
Yeah.
And it can be done, especially if you're an Audible type. Yeah. You know? And then Secret Squirrel, I didn't know this until recently. Check your public library, folks.
Yes.
Get your little card you ain't used since high school.
Yeah.
You can get free Audible books from the public library.
Yes.
For free, your tax dollars at work. Now, one more sleeper, and then I'm going to get off my little box. Those of y'all folks who live in New York, those of y'all folks who live in Houston, and those of y'all folks who just Google if your library got it, public library in those cities have freelender.com, which is now known as LinkedIn Learning. Okay, a lot of states just jumped on it because of the COVID, right? There's grants right now. My business is ruined by COVID. What am I going to do? There's grants right now to pivot. There is a pivot grant up to $50K. And all you got to do is say how I am pivoting my business. My boy was a whiskey maker. he converted into hand sanitizer maker. He got like 50 grand. He don't got to pay back to keep making that tizer. Y'all can keep crying, or you can start Googling.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you,
that's the thing.
Out here.
And that's the thing. It's like, so my mom, she gets into grant writing. I remember we took a training on it. It's just to get more understanding in how grant writing works and stuff like that. It'll be several times I'll put myself through a course or some kind of certification, something or whatever, just to learn and get educated about something. Come the day you need it, you know what's available or how it works. Even if you hire somebody to do it, it's money well invested, even just to be educated about it. So all of these books, most of them come from books fairs. I rarely buy something new unless it's something like building a story brand, where it's like I'm not hard pressed not to find that. But even if it's something that's on my list to get, I'll get those. And that's why, like in January 2019, I believe it was, I decided to read one book a day. And so I was still working a full-time job at that point. So I'm like, okay. I was like, let me see. I said, I just wanted to see. I was like, I do digital fast and stuff already. I'm like, let me see if I replace some of this time with other stuff, social stuff, talking on the phone too long with just different things. And it's not that you can't have any interactions, but I'm like, let me just take some of the silly time and put it someplace. And I wanted to see, could I read one book a day? And I did. And so I read one book a day for 5 days. And I was just like, okay, I just wanted to prove to myself that I could. And it's crazy because people think it's like all these little 30-page books. I'm like, no, you can crush one of these in a day. Easy. Surprisingly, very easy.
When I was a kid, I used to see those commercials, and I wanted so bad to take the Evelyn Speed Wood reading course. Remember Evelyn Wood? The Evelyn Wood course? I want to know how to speed read so bad when I was a kid. Come to find out, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. Yes, the Libby app. That's the one. That's the one that my library uses. There's 3. There's Overdrive, there's Libby, and then there's one other one, Michelle. But yeah, my library uses Libby. And man, you'd be amazed. Remember the dude with the Joker costume, the Riddler?
Yes, yeah. With the question marks for used to do like
question marks.
Home
I thought that was
tax
dumb.
liens and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb, and I went and got the book from somebody's garage sale. It was like 50 cents for the book, and I just perused through it. He's not lying. He's everything that was in that book that he was selling for a lot is actually available to search for on Google for free. So you'd be amazed. You can get. I used to order them things from Pueblo, Colorado, y'all. That's how bad I was. Go to get these little free guides from Pueblo, Colorado, because the government actually prints free guides on where to find excess surplus money. Don't nobody be reading that. They're out here listening to somebody about how life is hard.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, and then too, one thing in St. Louis, we have the St. Louis County Library and we have the St. Louis Public Library. If you have 2 different types of local libraries here in St. Louis, they link them together. The public library, which is more like down in the city and some of the parts where it ain't all that great, but it's like they had the better business books. I remember it's like 9:00 in the morning. I'm like, I'm gonna go in between the hijacking is done for the night in the early morning, and when everybody is at work or whatever. I'm like, so I sat out there, I was waiting for the library to open. It's incredible how many books that they had that the public library had that the county library didn't have. And so they're linked now together. So if you do have, like, so we use Overdrive here at our library. But C is there, and then sometimes smaller counties have their own library. I get a library card from everybody. And it's just like, what do you need from me? Or how much do it cost for me to access your library stuff, even if I got to go out there to get it? Just because it's amazing that you can go get free information and knowledge and stuff. People spend years of study and research, like Donald Miller, keep bringing him back up. How many people he studied, how many books on storytelling, marketing, and things like that. And the point of the story brand framework is so that you can start to clarify your message so other people will listen. So you can start to, because most people have these convoluted titles around stuff like, I don't know, the best shoes never seen. And it's just like, what the heck does that even mean? It's just like, how is it the best, but nobody's ever seen it? It's like, what are you talking about? Or it's like, this town's best kept secret. Why is it a secret? Like, that doesn't make sense. Whereas if you say helping grandparents capture memories of their grandchildren and you doing a basic photography course for elders, that makes sense. So it's stuff like that about clarifying your message so other people will listen. So it's like those kind of books, it's like the fact that you can get those for free from the library is just incredible. Tawana saying this live is epic. I love the info. I am a major bookhead. I am too. I mean, y'all gonna see this little office. That's why I got books. I tried to use this clear image zoom to crop it out some because I got books all on the side and they piling up now. I was like, I need to go ahead and get like 2 more 5-shelf bookshelves and just set it over there because books is laying on top of each other. They all sliding down, and I'm like, just don't fall during the live stream, and I'll hook y'all up later.
Yeah, I mean, I wish you was here. I would just bust you out a bookshelf. The one that's behind me, I just built that sucker last week.
Godly, Doc.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would get you a nice one. I would engrave Miss D's books. If you try to borrow something, you will lose fingers. If you gotta leave your $5 over here if you even touch one of these,
you know,
put it back alphabetical. How it's got to be, you know.
I discovered the part of me that isn't so nice when I lent somebody that it was a coworker a book that I had just bought and finished reading in like a day or two, and I was just like, oh, it's amazing. She was like, can I borrow it? And I was like, I really don't let people borrow it, but I like you. Let's keep it that way. And so I gave her the book. Doc.
That is so awesome. You know, it's really
no. Hold on, because the story ain't over.
Okay.
I gave her the book. She brought it back a week or so later. Every page had Kool-Aid on it, and the book was drenched in the Kool-Aid. It was red. The pages went from like a beige, and the book turned. It went from like this to just this fat expanded, and she brought it back crinkly. Here's your book. I said, oh no. I said, that's your book now. I said, you owe me money. And I said, you owe it to me today. Or every level of gangster from the hood that I learned in Alabama and St. Louis combined will find you this day. I said, you owe me money by lunch for my book. And she was like, I got you. I'm like, don't. I said, the fact that you even showed it to me, I shouldn't have never seen it. I lost it, man. I'm not even kidding. I flipped. I called my mama like, Mama, I said, she messed up my book. The book is like $7.
How you gonna do somebody like that? But that's not even a thing.
And I'm like,
it's just fun.
I'm like, you brought back. It's fine that it got messed up because it's not like it's a rare book. But I'm like, you were gonna give that to me? I haven't lent a book out since. I'm not even. I said, Lord, I've learned this day. This is not lending books. Is not part of my best character.
You're not the library of Diana Glenn.
It is not where it is at.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so once you lend a book, you never get it back, or you never. You know what? I'm one of them ear slicing saints, so I'm all for the ear getting cut off in the garden kind of a deal. I ain't see nothing wrong with it. You know, I'm just.
I crack up every time. You always come with the I'm an ear slicing saint, and I just crack that. I just think that's just mad funny.
I'm so because it's like I don't know where the opinion came. Like I think it was Martin Luther King fault. If we want to be honest, he getting hit with bricks and stuff. Just turn the other cheek. Who cheek we finna hit on the other side is where I'm looking. Like I would be with Malcolm X and the whole battalion. That's all I'm saying. Is the Lord know when which season you need to be alive in? Because for me, I'm like, oh, I'd be with Malcolm X just for the violence, you know.
Hey, some people, they hard headed. They need a little bit of extra cajoling. It is what it is. You know?
I just know it's like, and I would joke in history class and stuff, but it's like, no. Because it's like, that's how I looked at it. I'm like, you, first of all, going back to the book, because everybody clowning like it was mad disrespectful. They laughing. But I'm so serious. I never felt such anger until, it's like one other occasion, this dude poked me in my chest and I flew off the handle because he was just going off about something that had nothing to do with me. And he just flew off the handle. I was like, you fine to say whatever you want to say. Just don't put your hands on me. And he did like that. I lost it. So that, somebody putting their hands on me, and then somebody messing up my books apparently are on the same level.
Oh. That's his name. You know what? It's super funny. The one that used to get me the most, and I've gotten like people get mad at me because it's just one that just turns me really, really badly. I can't stand somebody sitting on my car or leaning on my car. And I know it's just stuff. Okay. But if you don't know, like, okay, like where the club I used to work at was basically frequented by kind of sort of rich private school kids, right?
Mm,
That was our crowd. It just happened to be for whatever reason whatsoever, right? And these kids are from the real private school, the one that Barry went to,
mm-hmm,
right? So I come out the club, got my little DJ bag in my hand, right? I come in there, dude leaning on my car.
mm.
Bruh, what exactly are you doing? What's wrong with your life? And he's like, oh man, it's just a car. It's no biggie. I go, no, your mama paid for your car. I bought my car, right? So unless you got around about 57 grand in your pocket right now, where you can just go buy me the next one, you best not sit on it. And if I see a scratch, I don't even want to see lint from your pocket on my whip. If there's lint on my pocket on whip, you will be a hood ornament for the next few weeks. I'm about to stuff you in that bad boy. And it's funny, like, that one bothers me. I don't know why.
Because it's my whole thing is like, it's not the per se like the fact that you're, I guess, on it, it's the disrespect that you thought it was even okay. It's no different than somebody stepping on your shoes, new or old. You're stepping on my feet, and at some point that doesn't concern you at all. There's a level of disrespect, and that's the thing with the putting your hands on somebody and returning something like a book that's like all messed up, because it's just the level of disrespect at some point you thought was okay, and I assure you it is not. And so that's one of the things. It's like, you should have never shown it to me. You know, I promise I never forgot that at all, because it's just like, you know what, there are some levels of disrespect I do not handle well. And it's like, you can say whatever you want to say, but there are some levels of disrespect. And it's just like, it's funny because Tawana's saying, I'm with you, Diana. I only have two cheeks after I hit back, and I'm a pastor. And after that, I hit back. I'm just saying, you know, and it'll be
gotta
funny.
Turn the other cheeks.
I only got one or two times, and the rest is hands. You know,
that is so funny.
That's
so funny.
What used to give me as my assistant pastor would say, I like Diana, because he said we were live streaming. The church was live. He was speaking that day. I'm in there because I would work back in the media area. But I'm sitting in there with my mom and dad or whatever, and I think like some other siblings was there that day. And he was like, you know, I don't know how he got to this point, but he's like, you know, I like Diana because she'll shoot you first and pray for you second. And I'm with her on that. And I'm like, and everybody turned around like, and I'm just like, oh, jeez, wait. And I'm like, so,
that is too funny. That is too funny.
You know, I just feel like one way or the other, I'm gonna make a believer out of you. Let's just hope that it's the kind and gentle way. But it's like, I don't know, it's something about it. But
hey, 3 chips left in the bottom of the bag. Also, mad disrespectful. You should just ate them all. Like, don't be putting back a couple more chips and then make the bag look like it still got something in there. So I made my sandwich. I got my sandwich ready. I go to grab that bag of chips and it'd be like, whoa, all right, y'all. Somebody fitting to get it.
Who?
I see my niece Emma over there, crumbs. I don't even know what had happened.
Okay, barbecue flavor all on the cheekbone.
All up in there.
Listen.
Oh, dude. Don't touch my screens on my computer. You know, people want to point something out, like clients will be here. I said, can we take this font and move it like, you could have just said, don't touch my screen ever. Listen. My screen is.
Yes.
Like, it's funny.
When people do stuff that you wouldn't do, that it's just like, again, the disrespect is not acceptable. It's just some things are not acceptable. And you know, I can't say nothing other than that's both my mother and my father. And it's just like, it's even worse. Like for us, my siblings, because my mom is one kind of a, not crazy, but just kind of a ear slicing saint. And my daddy is too. So we got it from both sides. So my sister is like, it's funny. I'll see her and it's like, you know, some mannerisms or behaviors, and you'll see them kind of like cock their head, and I'm like, all right, y'all better go ahead and go now. We shutting it down. Right? Get the music off. It's time for y'all to go.
It's time to go. Man, it's so funny how I catch myself doing and saying things that my elder folks used to do and say that I thought I was never fitting to do and say. It cracks me up. I'm like, yeah. Like, did you take good advantage of the channel promos? Yes, I did.
Channel reviews offered by on TubeBuddy. Doc did. I did not. So Doc, what's that experience like?
It was great. Man. Okay. So first of all, the understanding of TubeBuddy is they basically took all the data that YouTube provides for
Mm-hmm.
you, but most people don't know how to read it, and they put it into something that you can probably understand. So they also gather data that YouTube doesn't publicly put out, but YouTube has given them permission to do it,
Mm-hmm.
because they've been partners with YouTube for quite a while. So they get access to some things in the data that you don't even see. So when you get your report, like, it breaks down everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean everything. So yeah, I'm finding out like what thumbnails work better, what time of day to post is there. And yes, that's on the
Yes.
channel, but it's
Yes.
even more in depth.
Yeah.
It tells you that your video scores as far as having all of your T's crossed and I's dotted
Mm-hmm.
is like 82%.
Yeah.
I'm like, 82? It's Virgo. Hello, 82? Are you crazy? Now I got to go out here and I got to fix them but I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
right? So because it checked the channel and it gave me an 82, and like my mama would have put me in timeout for bringing home an 82, I'm gonna have to get it to at least a 96. Anything under 96 was slapping.
Listen.
So you just want to go in there and tighten everything up. So yeah, channel reviews is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Since I got that report, I went and rechanged my description. I went and reconnected various social sites. I went in and made sure that my timing of answering back everybody, you
Yeah.
know, you got to answer everybody back. Even the dudes, the fembots that be hitting me up trying to
Mm-hmm.
get me to marry a Russian chick. Hey,
It's so
still,
many of those. I had
you
like
got to
6.
react to it.
I had like 6 that were automatically blocked, which is why I block links. So it's like they would just. It's like I'm so sick of them. I send the reports every time, and I'm like, y'all need to do something about this YouTube. But just to show what y'all
Right.
what Doc was describing, it's like so like this is in the analytics back behind the audience area. So this is what not TubeBuddy. This is what YouTube will give you already to show when your viewers are live. And so you have these dark purple areas. The darker the color is, the better it is. The lighter that it is, the less common. That's why the live streams are at noon, because that's when you guys are online the most. Whereas if I went live at up here, then y'all not online. But TubeBuddy simplifies that a little bit better for you to go ahead and say like, hey, if you're getting ready to post, these are the good times for you. And then if you're going to do a live stream, then these are the times that are going to do better for you. When you're talking about just trying to basically simplify, which everything on the channel is about video simplified, which is why I talk about TubeBuddy and not really anything else, is because it helps keep you on track when it comes to doing certain things. Even with the comments, the way y'all are wondering how I'm able to respond to you is because even though YouTube has some filters and stuff up here, I can click and it'll say, do you want to search? Do you want to search something that contains questions or blah, blah, blah? But what they don't have is the ability to go in here and it's like stuff that I haven't replied to or stuff that I need to follow up on. So when we start having a conversation, the way I'm able to find you more easily is I'll drop this down to about 10 results, hit go, and you see it starting to filter to see where are conversations that potentially need to be followed up on so I can go through. So when I have time, I don't have to go through all of the videos across the channel comments that I'm getting back. I can just go to those that really need to be followed up on. And as you can see, it's filtering through and siphoning through all of these recent comments and stuff like that. And so it has a ton of tools that you can go through, and it's going to take it a minute because channel's been super active. So, you know, but yeah.
Yeah, like it's really good. And like another thing I just realized too, it tells me that I added too many one-word keywords.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I gotta
Yep.
go fix that now.
Yep.
You know, so and then I just realized that my Canva video, I didn't add it to a playlist. So yeah,
Mhm.
channel reviews comes through and it gives you some good stuff. And my score went down because I tried to make a short and it was a short-lived experience, but
Mhm.
I got all kind of bad marks on that short because it doesn't match the rest of the stuff on my channel.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do shorts until it becomes official in the US, and then I'll probably hit it. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to like game the system for a short-term gain of a couple folks, you know, for shorts. Because again, even the Vlogmas thing, if you're gonna very important people, if you're gonna watch someone's video and you like it, but that doesn't entertain you, do not subscribe to them if you don't plan on watching all 31 of them videos.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna mess up their channel.
Yep.
So if you happen to see their stuff and you like their stuff and you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch all these because I think
Mm-hmm.
James Riley is freaking hilarious, then you can subscribe to him and you can watch it. Same with Anthony Corns. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna watch all his joints because I just Anthony funny, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch him and he's a good dude. And I want his channel to grow so that way Baby Jackson can come out in a Yoda cat costume. It's not Baby Yoda Anthony. It's the
Okay.
asset, the child, or Goguru. Like that's his name. Is not the baby man Anthony. Put you in timeout. Anyway, so sorry, Star Wars nerd problems. My bad.
That's okay. I'm a fan as well, but that's the thing. Is like just being able to have access to data in a way that makes sense that you can read easily and understand versus trying to dig through sometimes some of the analytics on YouTube, which is important to know because if you're building a channel, you're building a business, it is important to learn how to use your tools. It's like having a t-shirt pressing company and you're making shirts like these, but you don't know how to work the ink for the machine or you don't know what kind or, it's not that you have to be an expert, but at least get familiar. And if you hire an expert that can do it, fine, but at least know the basics. So when you hire somebody, and that's one of the things I notice with some entrepreneurs, if they're talking about building small teams, they want to hire somebody, but they don't have a system in place. It's like, well, you got to have a system in place to give that person an onboarding experience when you hire them to tell them what to do versus just like, I don't know, you figure it out. That's what you're hired for. It's like, that's poor leadership. So it helps with that as well. Somebody hopped in here, creative girl of color. Good to see you, Danielle. Glad you able to make the stream. A couple other people hopped in here. Michelle was saying, "Try Jesus, don't try me." That's shirtable.
That is definitely shirtable.
It's shirtable.
We're gonna have to hit up Sylvia and them and tell them, all right, look, I'm gonna send
the
you this
shirts.
design.
The
I'm gonna
shirts.
send you this design because that is definitely shirtable.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
good. Hey, that's gonna be my new joint now. See, hashtag shirtable because people be
Shirtable.
dropping heaters.
So in the group, y'all don't know about this because you like that Sylvia and Andrew Nixon are a part of the community, and so you'll see them in the chat sometimes or whatever. But they have a shirt company, and Doc, you can tell them your experience because I'm trying to look for the link. I'm baffled. I'm seriously baffled.
I'm trying to make sure I get this. Try Jesus, don't try me. I'm just trying to copy that because that's funny. Okay, so I had posted or talked about in one of my streams or whatever, like how much I just. Oh, first of all, let's fix this. We're doing the Let's Get Live thing, and they decided to make T-shirts. To everybody who wanted to post their first video on the first day to give you some encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
They was giving folks a free shirt. All you had to do was pay them shippings. It was like $8.95 bones for the shipping, right? And then I was so impressed by that. I was speaking about them on my live stream, and then I was telling them, "Oh, this is funny, y'all, but can I get a purple? Just being princess out here, I wanted purple because purple means a lot to me because I really want to bring attention and awareness to Alzheimer's. Like in our community, we don't talk about those kind of things. Like other folks, they mama and papa be up in the assisted learning community or the assisted home community where they can get the memory care facilities that they need. We just be like, oh, little Uncle Mike, he a little touched.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, Uncle Mike has dementia. He not touched. Like he calls you Little Ricky for a reason, even though Little Ricky was his brother who died 6 years past. But you remind him of Ricky, so he not touched, but he has dementia. You guys gotta stop being, oh, black folks, we don't do that kind of thing. So it means a lot to me. And I was talking about that the next day. They were like, okay, look, we're gonna make the purple joint. It's online. And then if you buy the doc edition of this shirt, we're gonna donate a portion of the proceeds out to the Alzheimer's organization in the name of Doc and Let's Get Live crew. And after I stopped crying, I was like, man, the community is on fire. Like our community is so dope. Like everybody be out here. So they have a really you folks, they have really good stuff on their show. Hit the regular shop button, Misty.
Yeah, I was checking out their other shirts.
I want to get. I hope my sister not watching, but I want to get for my sister like "Do Not Conform," and I like the Anchored in Jesus one. But then there was one for babies that was powered by chocolate milk. I thought that was dope. That was dope. Look at that little cute baby right there in the I Am Protected joint, right? Isn't that like cute. Yo? That's just straight money, right? So I'm like, okay, they out here and they got their business going, and I like the name Preston So, get it,
Mm-hmm.
reap what you sow kind of
Yep.
action. But I saw the Powered by Chocolate milk joints they had on their site, and I was like, yo, that's funny. Like that's absolutely funny. And it's a good reminder to kids out here. Like we don't have a lot of stuff that's made, specifically for our youngins.
Yeah.
Other than the stuff that they tell us is specifically for our youngins, like little baby Jordans.
Yeah,
It's a
and that's the
different
thing.
kind of
It's like again. So this is Sylvia and Andrew. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat. I actually got affiliate going on with them for the Learn and Do shirts that they made, and then I guess you get 10% off thanks for the pop up. But so yeah, I'm super pumped for everything that they are doing, and the amount of work that they have. Look at that! Look, he's so cute,
you know what I'm saying?
so
Out here
cute.
getting to learn on. I
I
like that.
heard that. But yeah, I love the work that they're doing. I love the mission behind and just how they just jumped in. Nobody asked them to do this. They just were like,
Nope.
we want to give, we want to provide, we want to do something to jump in on the movement and just like really provide value. And I was just like, I was floored. I was absolutely floored. So man,
Even
like,
when we were hustle ganging up the group, like Sylvia was one of the last people that messaged me like, "Hey, can I jump in?" Oh,
mm-hmm.
she asked, "Can she jump in when you was out here snitching on my group?" That was the day that she came in. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Sorry, I
not, it
must
wasn't.
answer this
You know
phone
what? You
call from
keep
my little
saying what you
sister.
want to say. It's not a snitch, okay? I was bringing value to the collective whole because Doc decided that he was just gonna keep it under wraps or something thereabout. But they created these learn and do shirts that these were birthed out of a live stream because it was something that I said on one of these Friday helpcasts about people buying a bunch of stuff. Y'all know my philosophy around like learn and do. Well, I wasn't thinking anything about it, nor do I have a list of stuff that I'll say and craft something for a live stream. It just comes out. And so Miss Felicia was saying like that was a statement that I made that really impacted her. We was on Keith's cups and coffee chat or something like that. And so the learn and do shirt came birthed out of that. So yeah, so and it was crazy because people start ordering. It's like people buying your shirt already, and I'm like, that's dope. So I'm gonna drop the links to these in the chat if y'all want to pick up some of these shirts. I think I did that one wrong, so I'm gonna put it to the doc edition for just the Vlogmas shirts. It's so. I'm really floored away by everything that they have done. I really am, and they were quick with it. Like 1 minute it was a talk, the next minute it was reality. But if y'all have questions about anything, let us know. Me and Doc are here to serve and hang out because it's the Friday Live. So said my purple shirt is on the way. That's what I'm talking about, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it, man. That was so like just moving, man. I love people that would be like, "Hey, I'm doing this." Okay, so I was on Stephanie's stream, and then we were talking about how creators such as yourself, people that have courses and stuff, we should have like a Black Friday thing around the courses. And I really wanted to do it for the Cyber Monday, but just didn't have time to do it. Plus, it would have been competing against everybody else Cyber Monday. But just in the middle of that stream, she was talking. I bought StreamerMonday.com. So we're gonna pick a day somewhere in the middle of the year. We're gonna have a Streamer Monday, but we're gonna have this like stream, and all these guys that be putting their courses out. You want to get a Bradley Keynote course, or you want to get a Miss D like Entree Woman course, or the Doc Rock course, which is coming soon to a theater near you.
Yes.
An Anthony course on what's that? Asana, and Miss D's course on Kabibi. Like we're gonna have. And we're gonna do like a thing. Everybody gonna do their streams, and we're gonna give out to the community and help folks out, give out some free courses, whatever we got to do. And so, like, I really want to build that, But it was just the idea of like, yo, jump on it, man. Like, it's easy to get caught, and as Zig Ziglar used to say about biscuits, that's trying to rise and get caught in the squat. You go end up with hockey pucks.
That's so funny because I remember him saying this, like, and I love that, like, he has like himself recorded in those talks. Is not somebody reading for him or something, so you can hear it. Like, he is so and you gonna get caught in the squat.
Yes, and I'm like, yo. So ever since that, I have been a go. Like I don't double think anything, and it's not perfect. Trust me. You
Yeah.
can, sometimes you turn the corner and you crash into a brick wall. It's all right. Dust the hell off, get up, get back
Yeah.
at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to make mistakes. And I think I got a lot of that from Zig.
Yeah.
I don't want to get caught in the scar. And actually that's where I got fixing them from. People always be
Oh yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got it
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Zig. Because people always be fixing to do something. You ain't
Yeah.
fixing to do anything. Like you gotta just do it.
Yeah.
Man, Miss D, you making me remember all kind of stuff today.
Yeah.
I definitely got that from fixing it, turning into fitna. I got it from Zig Ziglar.
Fixing. Yeah. Kathy asking, is it easy to get the Ken Burns effect in Final Cut Pro? I want to use it and forgot I'm in Final Cut Pro, not iMovie. Yeah. So I'm trying to pull up Final Cut Pro now. I can't. Well, I can, but I don't want to pull up mine because I do a lot of 4K video, and so I'm not trying to pull up whole video projects and stuff that I'm working on for Vlogmas and whatnot. But you can. Let me close this library real quick. So, but yeah, you can do the Ken Burns effect. Final Cut Pro actually has a lot of good stuff built into it natively, and the Ken Burns effect is not something that you really gotta figure out. It's something that you can like kind of pull off on your own. So, oh man, I think I'm breaking stuff because I didn't delete the last Vlogmas clip, and that's like all 4K. But yeah, Kathy, we'll do it in the group. How about that, Kathy? We'll do it in the group, and I'll show you the tutorial so we don't get too distracted.
And I'm going to do sometime this weekend, maybe after the stream tomorrow. I'm going to teach India how to do proxy because she out here complaining in the streets.
That's the thing. It's like it's so many things already built into the software and the tools and stuff. And I get that some of these tutorials and stuff on YouTube is a long, like even for me to do those every menu ever for video, setting up your camera stuff, that stuff takes just that much time and then some. If it comes out a 1 hour video, it's like you got to think, how much time did it take putting in the work to record, edit, and export that kind of stuff. So proxies, for those that may not be familiar, is basically allowing the system to give you a lower resolution file. So instead of 4K video, maybe it takes it down to 480p or something like that, or even 720p, so that you can have a smaller file size instead of it being 4K. So that way you can edit smoother because you're not editing those full 4K clips. You're editing 720p or 480p video clips that are much easier to work with. And then before you export out, you're actually going to export still the 4K. It has a button that says to replace it. And then it's like, okay, so we'll export and replace that. And so you're good to go. Now for the Adobe folks, if you're a Premiere Pro user, even better for you if you use Adobe Premiere and a Sony camera. The Sony cameras can already, at the same time you're recording the 4K, it can record a 720p file and already give you the proxy. So you don't have to wait for your computer to make a proxy like we do in Final Cut. So that way you import your proxies and your video files or whatever, edit the proxy based on when you were actively recording in the camera, and then you can bring that into Adobe and you're good to go because the proxy's already there. You didn't have to wait for your system to create it. So it's just it's a lot of efficiencies and stuff in the editing programs and stuff. But in the Facebook group, in the Entree fam, and I guess it makes sense to do it in both groups, honestly. Go live afterwards and show you how to do that, Kathy. So I can get that to you today.
Yeah, actually, you can jump in. You can do it in both. It's just everybody's going to have to come to the other one so they don't come up as Facebook user, or they got to remember to tag themselves in the comments. It's just Facebook how they be.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Kathy, let me ask you a question. Mask you something, as they say in the
Mask you
something. Can your machine handle editing in 4K? Because again, for croppability, for able to move around ability, like if you can swing it, you want to go 4K. Like all these people out in the streets teaching people, you just doing 10 because only going to YouTube. That just don't make no sense, man. I don't know why they do that, and I get it. Like if you have a slower machine, it's one thing, but it's like you got do your best and do your whatever you feel like doing. Which one do you want to follow? Do your best or do your whatever you feel like doing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. We've been taught our whole life to do our best.
Yeah, your
So
best. Sometimes your best is not enough, and that's
yeah,
something I learned from my aunt, and I learned from my mentor. Is that sometimes your best is not enough, because anything that I've ever done great, where I'm getting praised for it in a way that I probably didn't think that I was going to be, or even was trying to be, came from doing what was required. And sometimes doing what's required requires you to do more than your best.
Kathy's trouble. She's just
What she,
straight trouble.
did she say somebody? So,
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
see, this is why we ain't answering no more of your questions.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
you got a 2020 Mac Mini. If you have 16 gigs at least in that 2020
You
Mac
good?
Mini, you can rock 4K.
Yeah.
Just edit in proxy. So shoot in 4K, edit in proxy. If for nothing else, it gives you better colorability. It gives you better croppability. And yeah, just the color and dynamic range and stuff you get out of there is better. So yeah.
So, Love Fuller saying Doc uses Ecamm with this live stream platform, then routes to Restream. What about Diana? Just Ecamm or both? So for me, I really don't use Restream a lot because I'm of the opinion that you got to be careful with separating your communities. If I was going live here on YouTube and then I'm also going live or whatever, sometimes it's confusing and annoying because somebody on Facebook is like maybe 4 over there. And they like, well, dang, everybody else hanging out, all the bikes at somebody else's house, and you on FaceTime. And so it's like, y'all got to come over here. So I don't even create that problem and confusion. And it was another live streaming question I'll touch on too. But it's like, so I don't create that confusion with the community. However, because Doc has the Let's Get Live Facebook group, I got the Entree Fam group. It's a lot of the same people in both groups, and it's still on Facebook. So it kind of doesn't matter, and nobody's going to have their comments in there anyway. So it just makes sense at that point to use Restream to do it. But most of the Friday lives are not anywhere else. I'm not going to LinkedIn. I'm not going to Facebook, because honestly, Facebook Live sucks when it comes to community in some regards, because it's just the culture of the platform. Every culture of the platform is very different, and everyone's social behaviors on a platform matters, and it's just not the same. That's why the Friday Lives is here on YouTube. And somebody asked as a follow-up question, how often, I think it was Chris in here, I had him up in here somewhere, said, should we be going live often to YouTube? You need to start flexing and building that muscle. If you don't have a live stream muscle built and developed, you need to. Doc, you got anything you want to chime in on those 2 points?
I did tell every peoples that come December 31st there will be no more 2 channels, because it is bifurcating and it does create a little bit of a hassle. That was me and lack of confidence of my growth capabilities, so I wanted to use a tool that would allow me to do both. Now I see the drama involved in that, and I also see that my growth ability is perfectly fine. So ergo, I can just be like, look, streamers, it's happening in the YouTube.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah.
Like, I will go live in the group for my group fam. Beta Gang has to stay in Ecamm group. That's my job. You know what I'm saying? But like this whole like try to be everything to everybody, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I tell people not to do that, and I try to do it. So sometimes you need to eat your own dog food.
Yeah, I just was listening to, I was rewatching the series on Amazon Prime Video, because most people think Netflix, a lot of people sleep on Prime Video. I actually canceled Netflix, and I'm just watching documentaries and stuff that speak to the books and things that I'm reading. And so it was Mark Cuban that was on there. They have a lot of different successful entrepreneurs and stuff on there. And he spoke about that, how John D. Rockefeller, when he was creating Standard Oil, had to get to a point to where he was like, I'm just going to use my own stuff. I'm just going to because if I'm in the oil business, kind of don't make sense for me to get electricity. And it kind of don't make sense for me to do this or something different. I might as well use my own stuff, improve its stability versus something else. And that's exactly what Mark Cuban said. It's like, sometimes you got to eat your own dog food, and in entrepreneurship, it's a lot of risk involved, yes, which means eat your own dog food.
Yes, man. Very
What's
important.
Up, Stan? Good to see you. Some other questions. Stan, do you have to pay for TubeBuddy? It's a free account version, and then there is the paid pro account. If you can do it, pay for the pro. I mean, here's the thing. Screw that. Y'all can do it because here's why. You at least once a month go to McDonald's or something similar. You at least go to McDonald's. So you at least go to get some coffee from Starbucks. You at least do some. You at least go to the gas station and get a bag of chips and a drink or some kombucha or something. So for that same price once per month, if not honestly less, you can get a account to TubeBuddy. And honestly, if you're running a business, these services and the things that you're using are tax deductible. And so run your business like a business. And one, your client should be paying for the services, so your cash flow shouldn't be eaten up or you're bottlenecking someplace. But you know, it's like so don't get twisted on paying for services. That's why I use Kajabi. Dyna.link/Kajabi if you want to get in on that and do a 30-day free trial. But I looked at the cost, the actual cost of me having an email service with X company, trying another service because that one had one other feature, and then trying this course platform because they had this. And I was spending double what it cost for the one-time per month fee for Kajabi all in one. And when you have multiple links in a chain, email service, lead pages, blah, 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 course program, whatever, website stuff, you got all these links in the chain. When you create something, just like I wanted to create the vlog kit. So you know what Vlogmas is, why you need to be doing it. Here's 15 video ideas. Here's a planner. Here's all the things. I can make that very easily. It takes me 10 minutes to now set up the system to support that, to say, here's the link, here's the web page, here's the form to tag people when they get added to the email, the Entree Insiders email community. So when I just want to email y'all about something regarding to Vlogmas, everybody else that didn't want to do it don't have to be annoyed by the email. So list segmentation, all of those different things, and anything else afterwards that I would want to create is an all-in-one. Whereas now I got to go to lead pages. Oh, now I got to go over here, and now I got to do that. For the efficiency was absolutely worth it. So when it comes to like pay for TubeBuddy, you can do free if you want to check it out. But I think if you're gonna pay for it, like if you're gonna use it, how about that? Go ahead and get the paid account and stuff like that. Saying doesn't 4K take up too much space? Here's the thing: we're in the season for it.
What too much space? What is too much space though?
YouTube is free.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I'm trying to look in. I was being silly and I looked into a cinema camera, and I was like, "Calm down, Diana. Stop watching other YouTube videos." Because I'm like, "What about 6 and 8K for this next year?" For some reason, and I'm like, "No." I'm like, because the Sonys already have a 6K video file being downsampled into 4K. I was like, "I'm fine. I'm fine here." But 4K.
You know what it is? And I think her point too also is about like her personal hard drive space and stuff like that. Hard drive space nowadays is cheap, really though. And it's like, do me a favor. Walk yourself in the bathroom, stare your little cute self in the mirror and say, I am a creator.
Yes.
Okay. 4K is too much space for the overzealous soccer mom shooting a little video of little Mikey and Ashley running around in the grass, dirtying themselves up. Yes. 4K is too much space for the person that's just making cooking videos for the church and sharing them with other ladies, but not sharing on YouTube, not trying to get some positive income from her thing. Yes. All these people out here in these streets telling you why 4K is too much, they not trying to make paper.
Yeah.
If you are trying to make paper, you are a paper maker. Therefore, hashtag I am a creator. And once you tell yourself, yes, I'm a principal, but I'm also a creator, then you do not mind spending $130 for 1 terabyte liquid thing like this. I got about 8 of these, fam.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. And you know what happens? Why I got so many? Because I built them to projects. Right? Someone's like, oh, we shot all this video and stuff, and then we hired this dude to edit it, but he messed it up. Can you edit it? Why, yes. Well, how do you want that delivered? I want it delivered on a non-revocable Samsung SSD. You can pick it up for $130 at Costco, and you ain't getting it back. Why? That's not how I play. You bringing me somebody else's headache.
Hold yours up, Doc. Doc, how much is that? How many terabytes is that?
One.
So that's 1 terabyte SSD. This is 8 terabytes, the regular hard drive. This would be in your computer if they tried to add that stuff there. Now these are cheap just for storage. So 8 terabytes I filled up in a day. But you can get these for like $80, if not cheaper, and $50 at your even local electronic stores. It's not just special Amazon price. So 8 terabytes, which is 8,000 gigabytes, puts you wherever you want to be for regular video creation. I do stuff with projects, and sometimes I need to hold on to it in a hard drive way. So I have this. Otherwise, I got a terabyte thing that's that small. You know, so storage is cheap, just like Doc said. Storage is cheap.
My project drive is exactly that. My project drive are those 8 terabyte like Western Digitals and stuff like that. If I have a client where I know I'm doing a lot of video stuff for them, I buy one of them and it sits on the shelf. But again, in my back room, I have a 20 terabyte RAID that I built, and it started it with 4 terabytes, and now it's up to 27 actually. But it's okay. I bought a box that had enough drive bays to just keep adding. So yes, like if you're going to, it's like you're going to be a motorcycle rider and you want to be a racer. You know, one of the first things you got to buy a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like if you want to do it, man, there's cost to this. But again, I'm with Ms. D. I tell everybody, segment your pocket from your client's pocket if you are doing this. And this is entree woman, right? This is for entrepreneurs. So ergo, you got to start thinking like a business.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman and a business man.
Yeah, a
Hashtag
businessman. Or exactly. Super chat came in from Kim Bucci saying, I had to leave the live stream and go do some work, and y'all still here. Love it. Welcome to the 5 hour energy stream. I don't know if we're going to 5 hours.
I actually got to go build some furniture right now, but hey, you know,
don't get in trouble again on my account. I will not be blamed.
No. I'm my own boss. I take my own responsibility. And you know, one of the cool things is, like, I normally don't work on weekends. I use weekends to flex my channel and stuff. But I've been stealing a little bit of my weekend channel flex time to put it in the middle of the week to do all of these streams that I did. And those streams will pay off. So therefore, I am going to probably work in the shop this weekend. And y'all might see some Vlogmas videos coming from the wood shop because I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. Is what it is, you know. And it's fine. People, you gotta find the time. You gotta make it. I don't have time. I do this. I do that.
Your life is your content.
Where the thing at? Get yourself one of these Litlins, right? It's not even that expensive. This is film notes. If you want to go, if you really want to go Beyonce status ain't hood, get yourself a stack of these. You can get an entire pack of these for 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right. 3 days. 3 days. I want you to write down every single thing you do. Make a full butt time journal. Go all the way down. I guarantee you I can find the hour it takes to put out a simple video. And some of them Vlogmas videos that are actually coming in pretty fire didn't even take an hour. What his name is? Noble Bowman. He's just, you know, out there telling some stories and stuff. I guess you folks call them parables. And Noble's video, I don't even see any heavy editing, but the content is on point. He's sitting at his desk and he tell you a little story. The story lasts 3 to 5 minutes, and then he put his face in the front and thank y'all for coming. Praise Jesus at the end, and he posted it, and it's still good.
Yep.
Right? Like, you don't have to get he on his premiere life. Okay, Noble. Okay, Noble. That's my dude right there. You know, but yeah, his video ain't even that long. And you know, something about bald-headed dudes with beards are just smart. I'm just saying. So, you know, but yeah, he had a great story about not having the money to go through a toll booth and having to get over the fact that he's embarrassed and go ask the lady behind him, ma'am, I'm sorry, I did something messed up here, but can I borrow $250? And of course, she knows she ain't seeing Noble again, so she's not getting that $250 back. But he has somewhere to be. So he put his pride away. He asked the folks behind him because the lady at the meter wasn't having it, which is weird. It's not even her money. And so great video, great content. You do not have to get crazy, people. You can just put some stuff out there.
And that's using Ecamm Live.
Did it. Yes, he did.
That's the thing. People sleep on the record only feature for Ecamm Live to do all that. I don't have to edit, but again, I'm pushing myself also with some different workflows that I'm introducing for my kind of content, like just settling into I do a lot of perspective based documentary style vlogs. And so it's just like even knowing that, or when I'm documenting my own experience, I'm a teacher. I'm not trying to be a Casey Neistat because I could never be. But God made me Diana Gladney, and she's a teacher. And I'm fully okay with that, and I embrace that. So what I can do is bring you behind the scenes of the work that I do in the office. So it's just like him. He's not trying to do anything other than who he is. You know, and that's what it is for a lot of people. It's just like, let me show and share with you some content from where I'm at, what I'm doing, and let's just, let me give the value that way. And it's super, super simple to do. Question came in saying, why TubeBuddy? What's up, vlog? Saying, why TubeBuddy over vidIQ? Real quick, I got a very simple way to answer that.
So do I.
This right
here.
My
answer already.
Yeah. So this right here is one reason, because the Women of YouTube podcast is created by TubeBuddy and hosted by Desiree Martinez, who you guys saw me feature in the vlog from yesterday, who goes out and introduces you to women all over the scope of YouTube, from some of any and every kind of industry. She just hit 60 episodes, off into 61. I was actually featured on it. I was super duper honored to be on here, but some of every female creator that's out there. And this came from Desiree, who has a heart for women inclusion and getting more women voices when it comes to platforms and stuff. I ain't even resisting YouTube. So episode 56, that's the one I was on. But there's so many other inspiring women, and it's so down to earth for them to just be able to do that. Furthermore, TubeBuddy is all about people. That's the period, the community. I'm going to choose a company, not so much so based off of your services and stuff, but off of your community and how you treat your people. Because if you're community oriented and people first, then you're going to do that. So either a business is being service centered or it's being self-centered. It can't be both. Either going to be service centered or self-centered. And TubeBuddy I found to be service centered, which means any tools or something who say, hey, it'd be cool if we could do this, they always asking for feedback and stuff. So Rob is out there as a brand ambassador, and then the tools are actually legit. It's not like it's crap and we're just saying they're great, but per service sucks. It's like, no, it's legit. Oh, we got trouble coming in. We got trouble. What is up, India? Hold on, let me add you to.
Hey, man.
We got trouble. Okay, let me do this right.
Man, I was trying to go to the shop. She paid me back for last night, little church.
What's up, India?
You're right.
Oh, gosh. Here we go.
Oh, look. She would have got herself a little Japanese suji screen representing.
Listen, I literally just walked in. I just walked into the house from my lunch meeting. Diana, we got to catch up afterwards. Good news.
Okay.
The both of you guys. But I rushed home on the New Jersey Turnpike. I was like, it's Diana's live. So of course it's going to be five hours.
It's not.
No, it's not. Because I got to go to the wood shop and put in some work.
Exactly.
But I was like, I got to come through.
Before India keep messing everything up, let me tell you.
You see me? I'm excited. Hi.
Let me tell Live Fuller with Love Fuller. Love the I explained this many times. I'm explaining it again.
Explain
it's
it.
the folks, man. It's the people. You know what? I had vidIQ for 3 years. Barely used it, but I had vidIQ for 3 years. I had TubeBuddy for less than a year. Ain't nobody at vidIQ ever called me and be like, "Hey, do you want to be featured on our creator thing?" And I'm like, yeah, but not really. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna get myself into. But ain't nobody will call me and say, "Hey, do you want to bring the rest of your Let's Get Live crew on here and talk about your mission for kicking up Vlogmas?" I'm like, it's not even my mission, but I'm like, what? And the next you know, there's Diana and India and Lim drops and Alicio, and then we out here like doing our thing. And then now I'm gonna be a little self-oriented. Yesterday they thought I was cute and they put me all up on top of their Instagram, and I was like,
yes, that's a good look, Doc.
And I was like, oh my god, like,
yeah,
TubeBuddy, man. The same reason why I use Ecamm Love is the same reason why I use TubeBuddy. Products is products. You can get all kind of products everywhere. but the people behind it, it comes through. It comes through in their work. It comes through in their social media verbiage, which is why you should learn how to tell a story from the book Miss D got done on her desk. Yeah, like people, Apple told us a long time ago, people buy people. Yes, we know how to make great products, but the reason why folks fall in love with Apple is people buy people. They come into that Genius store, and your job is to, you know, make them feel a type of way. Now, I know Apple's got off mission a little bit because they hired a lady in charge of retail that didn't have the same fervor as, say, Ron Johnson had, but hopefully they'll get back to it now that she's gone. So sorry, Angela Aarons, you almost messed up the fruit farm because those kids now, they don't treat people the way we used to treat them. Like, we used to get lunch, cookies, coffees, everything. People loved their Geniuses when I worked there. Now nobody want to talk to them, but hopefully they'll get back on their mission. Are you calling us Black Magic, or are you talking about the brand?
I'm talking about the cameras. I'm talking about 6 and 8.
I'm talking about Anthony. That's the name of our clique now, bro.
A mess. Yeah, it's you know, that's the thing. When again, a lot of companies are gonna, it's really, you hard pressed to have one to do something and the other one doesn't do it, or blah blah blah. And it's really no bad choice. It's just I prefer to do businesses with brands that support their people, and even if their thing was something totally different, I don't know. It's just like I prefer to do business with people that support their people, because when you have a heart of service and you're service centered versus being self-centered, you're always going to hit a home run. You know, the service will get better and continuously get better for years to come, because they're service centered, which means they have their hand on the pulse of their people. And if you've heard me talk or teach, you've heard me talk about having your hand on the pulse of your people. You knowing what's frustrate them, and you're knowing what's exciting them and what things they're concerned about. And when they did the 25, well, for real, like what gave that final stamp on approval, because for a time I used TubeBuddy and vidIQ, and I was just like, well, let me see what's what with the best of the best of both accounts. And when TubeBuddy did, when the coronavirus kicked off for real, and they did that 24-hour live stream, and they did like all the proceeds was going towards like the nurses and people at the hospital and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And they brought some of anybody and everybody from all over not just, these ain't US people, it was people from all over the place. And I'm like, I stayed up, I go to sleep, wake back up, they still on, kind of like these live streams. And I'm get up in the morning, 24 hours straight. And them boys got so tired, they was like, another super chat. We promise when somebody would super chat, we do the dab. And so
that's funny.
The dab and Robs.
That was just like funny. Another super chat. Then they had to tell a dad jokes, like dad joke. And so they were so tired. And they kept doing another super chat. Oh, okay, dad joke.
Hey, you see Rob's guns? It probably came from them streams
exactly.
back then. You know, it's funny. Like there's people that'll be about the service and the service of their community, right? So there's you know, you got, let's say Lim. You know, he's a service oriented pastor, because he's out here working in the emergency hospital situation, putting his nursing skills back to work. And then you got the cruft me some more dollars. There's just two different type of pastors in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry your grandma followed that dude, but when I hear him, I'm like, bruh, seriously, craft me some more dollars? No, get off my TV.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. I know I hurt some folks' feelings.
You know what?
I don't like those folks.
It's a old country pastor. He passed now. He wrote a book and did trainings on called "Releasing the Ability of God Through Prayer" by Charles Capps. Another one of those kind of like Zig Ziglar countryman type, like super deep Southern drawl. And he said, I'm going to say something and I'm going to step on your toes, but that's all right because God's going to heal your toes. So anytime.
You said that last week and I loved that. That's so funny.
So, I mean, but it's true. It's like, because just like I was talking with a friend, she called me and I was working and she was like, you got a few minutes to talk about something? I'm like, sure. And so she was saying something and I combated her on her. She was like, well, don't judge me. I said, here's the thing. Sometimes you need to be judged so that you can have correction. Because I'm not your friend if I'm just gassing you up about the things that you're doing wrong or the things that you're saying and you're hurting people, thinking you're being effective and it's not. You're actually hurting people and burning bridges in a way that they could never really be rebuilt because it was attached to somebody's heart. Right. And so I said, sometimes you need to be judged and that's okay. because I'm gonna step on your toes and God's gonna heal your toes.
Right.
But it's like
How you gonna
sometimes
get better.
Exactly. Sometimes you need correction, and it's been several times with a mentor, and they'll say, "Diana, you dropping the ball. You're being lazy, and you're not doing it." Like when I was in my 20s, and I just would be like, "You're right." What I'm gonna say? You don't hire a coach. You don't ask somebody to mentor you for them to make you feel good and for them to not be able to reach you. And that's one of the things that I said when I hired my first business coach. I did not hire this person for me to remain the same, because if I did, this would not be happening, because I never would have took that old funky cheap phone that I had that was $50 and went in my car with the Whitney Houston lip sweat and did a video, the first video.
Wait,
So,
you got that video? Let's see it.
I'm pulling it up on Facebook right now. Y'all think it's a game?
Pull it up.
The Whitney Houston lip sweat was real, because I learned about audio that day, because I'm like, you can't have the AC on in the car. It's going to get real hot. It's like 89 degrees. And I didn't know where to go in the house. And I'm trying different corners of walls and stuff. And I went outside and I'm like, man, it's really hot. I'm getting more nervous. I'm like, oh. And so it's crazy, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find.
You know what's funny? I tell folks all the time, like last year, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl, and he's considered one of the greatest quarterbacks out there. But you know what Patrick Mahomes is doing right now in Kansas City? He had practice.
Right.
Tiger is at the driving range right now. He got a game this Sunday, or a match, or whatever you call that golf stuff. But Tiger's at the range right now. Yeah. Like, folks, you got to actually do it. You got to do it. It's not easy. That's why people think, I don't need a coach. I can do this by myself. Yes, you do need a coach. Tiger still got a coach. Patrick Mahomes still got a coach. Andy Reid probably about to be one of the greatest coaches ever. But yeah, he got a coach. Like every people got it. Oprah still got a coach.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see yourself from another angle, right? Like, so like if we're going to use the Tiger analogy, Tiger can't see if his swing, if his position, if he's going back all the way, if he's swinging his hips all the way. You need a coach to tell you the things that you can't see, because we always, as people, as humans, we're always trying to, I'm great. I'm a or we're too hard on ourselves. It's like either end of the spectrum, right? You're either people blow themselves up more than what they should, or they're way too hard on themselves. And by having a coach is like, keep us on that happy plane.
Doc, you a fool.
Hey, many people have said that I'm probably one of the greatest ever. Many people told me this.
Man, listen.
You lucky. Doc, see the both of y'all, I'm gonna give y'all credit for being my mentors now and bringing me under your wing. So Doc, I'm gonna give you that now.
No, I didn't mean that for real. I was copying off of someone that rhymes with 45.
All right. But still, no, for real. Like,
it's just gang, what's really been great about this experience is I know me, and I know the type of stuff that I do, and I know how I try to put things out, and absolutely this has bitten off more than what I can chew. But you know what? I'm finna eat everything on that plate.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Sarah Mae Smith said, boy, you best to eat everything on that plate. Brussels sprouts too, Grandma?
Yep.
Try me. Hey, what old girl said? Hey, you better try Jesus, don't try me. That was my grandma. So, hey, I'm with that Brussels sprout for like 10 minutes looking at it like,
legit. Yo, every day this week, I've worked until like 12. Last night we was up until 1:30, but like starting at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, like straight through. But it's like, I can't turn down these blessings. Like I can't, like I got to do my full-time job. I got to do the nonprofit stuff. Then I got to do the vlogging. Then I got to take advantage of all this stuff. Like, don't stop. Take it. You'll have time to sleep.
That's right. Can't stop, won't stop. And it's coming, man. It's coming.
Right.
And in our groups, there will be, at the end of this 31 days, there will be an explosion in somebody's rocket will launch. And if we're able to be a part of that rocket launch, I'm about that life. Because you know what they will forever say? They'll say, I was on the stream and I was listening to India and Doc and Miss D, and then all of a sudden I jumped in this thing and then I blew up. And then so they're gonna keep telling everybody they blew up because of us. Who is this Miss Baby Girl out here in the streets?
What year is that? Does that say 2016?
This say July 7, 2016. This was my first video.
Dude, she
Not
got her
even
proper
joking.
clothes, hair slicked back.
Yeah, hey, the slick back I got from Cynthia Cooper. I said, well, if she can go to the WNBA, I can at least do a video. I rocked the slick back from middle school till I shaved my head.
Look at you, girl. Out here illegally driving and vlogging. Okay, the car station.
I was parked. I was parked.
I see.
I know people don't ask to hear it. So. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Diana Gladney, and I'm a new coaching client for Jeffrey St. Laurent. And as you can tell, I'm using the original selfie stick, which is my arm. So I'll try to make this quick. So, guys, actually really excited to meet everyone in the group and engage with everyone and get a chance to know everyone. But just really quickly, the particular niche and business that I'm involved in is helping to coach women that haven't maybe started business yet, but they're helping to lead in them, inspire them into entrepreneurship by taking advantage of a dream or a passion that they have, or maybe that they've been holding hostage in their heart for years and they don't believe that they can do it. It could be maybe because and we've had enough of that. Merry Christmas, everybody. May the Lord bless you and keep you always, and moving right back along. But it's funny.
Dope.
It's funny because I'm like, I was so nervous. I said, I'm just going to pretend like that I already know these people and stuff like that, because I was not like, you talk to me, it's like, nice to meet you. How soon can I get away from you? But I'm like, okay, let me just pretend like I know people, and I'm gonna just do this video in the car where I thought nobody, and I was waiting like somebody walked by who's driving the car, and then put my phone back down. I had like, that's like take 4 or something. But it's funny. That was my first video.
Putting yourself out there is the first step to success, because you know what? You cannot be successful and nobody knows who you are anymore. That doesn't work. Now, that might have worked back in the past, and I'm gonna say it actually probably never worked, but they would tell themselves that. But it don't work like that nowadays. So like, you shy and I don't want to be on camera, but your competition out here in the streets doing Eddie Murphy, Goody Google in the living room, dun, 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 dun. You know, that person, everybody knows who that is, and you still trying to outchase them. You can't be, I don't want to be on social media. All right, go ahead, keep reading your Netflix documents. I'm gonna get paid.
Right. Yeah, it's, you know, it's like, but that's the thing, it's like, had I not got started, that was 1 year post me having surgery and stuff. Like I said, I took that next year, go through some recovery, you know, try to heal up some and stuff like that. And then that next summer rolled around and whatnot, and I was just like, I'm going to make as much money as I possibly can in corporate and continue to advance. But at the same time, it's time for me to like someday disappear. And I was like, I put a date to it. I found my coach, which I said in the video, Jeffrey St. Laurent, because I was like, I suck at selling. I suck at like communicating. So I need to figure out how to do this. Found him on YouTube. Watched like 40 something of his videos, and he would do his Tuesday calls live, and it was just like something like freeconferencecall.com or whatever, so you could call in. He would take questions at the end and stuff like that, and so I would be listening at work, and then I put all those on my iPod that I still rock to this day, old school iPod for the win. And I was so on it. So by the time I talked to him for the first time, I had already been a student, so it was easy to listen and implement things that he like. So you weren't starting from like, hey, I think I want to do this. It's like, no, that free education and content made me a client of his, that led to me doing the visibility challenge in his private Facebook group, which y'all just saw my first video from back in July 2016. And so you needed to post 30 videos. Doesn't that sound familiar? 30 videos. It wasn't daily. He let you space it out. And so when I got to 30, I was like, I shouldn't stop. I should do it again. And so I started a second round of it. And I started a third round. I've probably done that challenge about 60 times. Not 60 times, 6 times. And I just would keep doing it. And I'd be like, it'd come back around. He started back up. And I do it every time he would bring it back around. I'm like, I need to get in this.
Why is Lemuel trying to join my... He's a Lem
because he
drop.
always trying
to join mine. He is such a. Let me see. Can we make
Lem? Why? I gave you the link. What? You already got the real link.
Lem, what the hell? Can you guys see him? Why?
Yeah, we can see him.
Why? Lem, why did you do mine? Why didn't you do Diana's? What the hell?
You know why? India, because
here we go.
Us Puerto Rocks and Filipinos tend to put like a lot of people in a 2-bedroom, so it's just out of habit.
Yes, we're Pinnacle of Self. We're still using Ecamm Live. And what you just saw was him not join through my interview link, which I gave him to join for if he wanted to. He want to hack on the India stuff, which is this.
Hung up. He hung up.
Golly, Lim being Lim.
Oh my
Where
God.
is he
First of all,
going
I thought I
now?
refreshed. Wait, but I thought he said I'm gonna hang up. I guess he's gonna look for you. First of all, you put it in our admin group. Like I came straight from work and I just went straight to the admin group and copy and pasted it. What is going on with him?
I gave
And
him.
I thought I refreshed my link. I
gave him
done.
the
I'm
link.
done.
I guess
I heard that cling cling, and I'm like, I know it's not somebody trying to join my live. This is Diana's live. I'm confused.
how can you get in touch with one of you coaches? All of us got y'all can drop y'all links, website or whatever. Y'all should know DianaGladney.com. The Work With Me page. Doc India, how can people get in touch with you?
Is that him? Who?
Yes, him. That's me.
I'll put it in the link, but you can look me up on YouTube. There's only one India Delgado, so look me up, and my username is idelgado782, and I'll drop the link in the description or in the comments.
Oh snap!
Lim,
Yeah, and I'm
I am in the
Lim.
Diana Gladney broadcast. This is just
Gross.
amazing.
You
It's
could have
like
been in it a
right.
long time ago.
I
I
leveled
sent the
up.
link before I
Miss D,
started.
He said it right. He didn't call you Gladys or some other weird
Yeah.
name
I
that
said
he
it
trying to say.
I find myself saying Gladney. I don't know why. Or Gladly. So now I corrected myself and got Gladney. That's
Oh,
correct.
yes. Chris, hit me
Yeah.
up. Go to my contact page, DianaGladney.com, hit the contact form, and hit me up. We can link that up. I have no problem with that. Lim, this is the official limdrops.com. If he drops out, it's his internet,
Right.
not mine.
That's funny. Bruh.
All right, let me see.
Have a great day. Yeah, B Love had to hop out. See you guys later. Or Danielle. Is that your D, India?
No,
no?
she
Okay.
at work, please. She
Okay.
not, no.
Somebody was laughing when I said the Whitney Houston lip sweat. Yeah, that's the legit thing. Y'all know Whitney. If Whitney was alive, she'd call it the Whitney Houston lip sweat. Saying wild roots, they are always great to go back to. And that's one of the things that the Kathy brings up is a great point. Lim, do you have headphones in?
Right. He always Lem with the
I got it
Wi-Fi
now.
with the
I got it now.
I got
Lem. What is going on?
Dude,
So
I don't even want to embarrass myself right now. I'm so disappointed at myself, but I'll
why,
leave it for
Lim?
another.
Why?
another
Lim?
time. All right.
Wait,
First-
what?
This is my first time at
What
Diana
happened? I'm so
Gladney's
confused.
live, and I'm gonna go and blow myself up and how terrible. So anyway, here we go. Why not? So I bought a 100-foot Ethernet cable to get hardwired, and I'm ready to plug it in. And I've got a 2015 MacBook Pro, and if you know anything about a 2015 MacBook Pro, it does not have an Ethernet.
Ethernet?
input. Look at that. Ethernet. Sorry, Ethernet.
Lem, what?
Look at
what
Doc
the heck?
face.
Shaking his
Talking
head
over it.
like
Doc
this
is
dude
over
is in the
it.
Jedi Council and he has no idea what he's doing.
Oh, so
Bro,
this is how
what?
we get into over 5. I did the first 5-hour live on my own. Now y'all know how easy when we do other streams, or if y'all seen the Facebook groups or Doc's live streams, and you see that this is how this turns into 5+ hours. Just if you gotta go, may the Lord bless you and keep you always. Because
He bless you real
Um,
good.
I don't know him. Who is this? What happened to Lim?
Me
I
for
did not
Doc,
know this
we've been
dude.
together forever. We rode the PATH train together.
What?
He got the audacity to show up on somebody's screen without the Ethernet cable.
Oh Lord,
What's up, Mila? Good to see you.
The Ethernet. Why?
this is roast Lem day. I already got a meme.
not roast.
Let's
You
I'm
get
mean you don't
it.
got one of these to get your Ethernet going?
Oh,
what?
Lord.
Like what? Why?
Look,
Because
Okay,
my
listen,
Wi-Fi
let-
was sufficient until you had me all questioning about my Wi-Fi.
The only thing I seen
Until
sufficient in was in the Bible. Paul said his grace is sufficient. He
grace.
didn't say your internet was. He said, look at Doc. Look at Doc.
Doc, you're a mess, bro.
Yo.
That's how Lim get bros.
But look, I'm good, right? How am I going?
you look fine, but I mean, I don't know, for a limited time only, is this a big rip kind of a stream or what the deal is? We don't know.
Limited time only.
We don't know.
Yo.
Friday special.
We don't know.
I'm done. Yo.
Okay, listen, Lim. Amazon got 2
Yes,
hours.
I already done bought it. It's on its way.
Okay. I was gonna say, send that 15-year-old kid to get one. Working girl. Like,
You're right.
hey, go get daddy here. She was like, Dad, you don't got one of these? And then you be like, oh,
I
okay,
know.
Oh man,
It's bad out here in these
Bad.
streets.
Goodness
Right.
me.
Man.
For those that are asking, yes, this is still using Ecamm Live. So what happens is you can create your own custom overlays. I keep telling y'all, Ecamm Live is the business, and so in the beta
Diana.
group and stuff.
I mean, India.
Because you're retarded.
Damn,
I'm sorry.
what is
D.
the
I'm
problem?
Don't use that R word. That's not nice.
I'm sorry.
Pinnacle
My
of
bad.
Self. It's very easy to create these in Canva. If
Yeah.
you do not wish to create these in Canva, you can email anybody in Let's Get Live crew, or just put up a post and be like, I need somebody to make my overlays for me.
We will get you
There's about
covered.
20 of us in there that can make it for you. But
Yeah.
it's actually super. I'm gonna say something to me, and I swear I mean this from love. If Miss D can make these in Canva, so can you. 'Cause she self professes not to be a designer, and nor
Yeah.
do I want to be. And the
Yeah.
sentence comes out like that every time. I am
Mhm.
not a designer, and nor do I want to be. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
it's
can
fire
say that
every
and make
time.
this designer. So
I was looking.
this
I
is-
was looking at her. I was looking at her email and her website, and I'm like, and her thumbnails and her live stream, and I'm like, get out of
Yeah.
here. She's
So,
so
like,
fly.
So like you can
Right.
I know.
create you
That's
can create your
Khabib.
own stuff. It's just like I keep telling y'all, I use Canva. Again, everything is Diana.link/ whatever I'm talking about. So it's like the Vlogmas creator kit created in Canva. The posts that go out to say, link your whatever's created thumbnails created in Canva. Even this one that
That
everybody
thumbnail
was
is fire right there. That thumbnail is fire.
This
that
Which one?
yes, the red duo tone on the
fan
blue
motivated?
writing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that is fire because it sparked the emotion of like it is busy and I got things to do, but like nah, man, I got this. And look at that. That is in that deep thought. That's thinking for self. Like it speaks so many
Yeah.
things other than what the video says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the
So
thing.
true.
It's like, so, and then too, it's like, again, I get inspired from other creators, other entrepreneurs, just like everybody else. There is this channel called The Future. They do a lot of training
my
and
boy,
marketing
Chris.
and stuff like that. Guess what? He had a very similar thumbnail. I said the same thing Doc said. I said, you know what? I can make this for this video because I kept getting questions, and it really was sparked out of some stuff that Rocky was asking that usually is in the chat. And I was just like, and everybody thinks like I'm some powerhouse person, and they hear me talk about endometriosis, but y'all don't see the effects of it because it's like I don't let it stop me or get in the way. And I was like, I really just want to share my heart in a video and talk about that it's not easy. It's just as much work for me as it is for anybody else. And so it was just at the end of the day, and I had did this video, and I loved one that he had that looks very similar, if not almost exact. And I was like, I'm finna use this. Create it in Canva, all of it. Cut out where I don't have to do none of that stuff manually. The blue is already part of my brand colors. The font, which is like a Babes, whatever it is, new. They have a Bebas. They have a bunch of stuff in here where you can get like it has that black shadow. Like I said, all these thumbnails and stuff created in Canva. So you take your picture, take your thumbnail, and do all of this extra other stuff. And here's the thing with the photos and stuff. People will think like I'm some photographer person. No, I am not. I have a lot of photos that I'm proud of, but at the same time, I learn by watching other people and getting inspired by it. And I'm like, how can I do that? And so when I took this picture uses the standard picture profile on the Sony cameras. I used my 35mm f1.8 that was gifted to me, but it was an investment into me and my business. Bought a little piece of wood for like $8 from the craft store, set that on it, take a picture. Why? Inspired by photos that I would see on unsplash.com and other creators on Instagram. So you can do a lot of stuff that is again, you put to work what things are people that are teaching you. So again, I take stuff that people will teach and show and share, and I act like I pay course money for it, and I just use it. And so if I have a service that I pay for, like Canva, I hired a brand person to, I'm like, this is what I'm thinking of. This is the vibe that I want Entree Women TV to have. This is what I've been doing, and this is what I would like for it to be. She brought me back the Entree Women TV logo, the fast forward symbol inside of the TV. She created all of that stuff. That was like a $350 something more or whatever, well worth it. Honestly, cheap, if you ask me.
Right.
Well worth the price to understand and get the fonts. And then from there, just like, great, now this gives me new ideas. And so, like, again, sometimes you got to make an investment in yourself of time, trying and, experimenting. Yeah. But Canva lets you do all this stuff. These presentations, like I was talking about before, the stuff when it comes to the things I was talking about, this is part of a talk. So these are some of my slides. I was talking about authority equals exposure and income. I was talking about 3 live streaming secrets and stuff like that. All that stuff is created in Canva. I have an image of what my brand looks, what I want it to represent. Canva helps me just to fill in the blanks, and it's very easy. And if you're a nonprofit, you get that stuff for free. A pro account through Canva for free if you have a nonprofit. So again, remove your own excuses.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be my new thing. Roll your own excuses. You know what's funny? It's kind of crazy, but the tools are out there, people. And then again, it will come up, and it'll come up and like, oh, but then I have to buy another tool. Then I have to buy another tool. And I'm like, you know what? I already have Adobe Spark as part of my Adobe subscription. But Alicio said he has Canva and he struggles with it and he wants to know how to do better. You know what I did? I went and bought Canva Pro account to go teach Alicio. Why? Because I know that posting those same videos onto the YouTube will easily cover my little 15 bones a month. Mm-hmm. When you buy a Pro for the year, it's 10 bones a month. So I made one Canva video so far. Canva's already paid for.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody's talking about the overlays, stuff from my brand guide, my Speaker One sheet, stuff that I use for Instagram, some other designs that I'm playing with. This is over on LinkedIn over here. Like all of my stuff, even like these graphics and stuff, photos, all of that stuff gets created in Canva. If I'm creating a cover for my IGTVs that are going to be reels and stuff like that or whatever, all that stuff gets the live streaming guide that I published when the coronavirus hit, created in Canva. So, like, I mean, the cost and the benefit versus the benefits or whatever is full on an investment, because this gets me speaking engagements. This gets me clients. Professionalism doesn't matter what tool that you're using, it's how effective you're using the tool. And a lot of times the templates is just dope. So you can roll off of that.
Just using it for Instagram posts to keep yourself relevant. That's cheaper than buying ads, right? You know what I'm saying? Just if you just make the Instagram post and keep firing, use those templates, and it's crazy. Like, it's super crazy. It's very, 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 very helpful. And yeah, you guys, sometimes you just gotta invest in yourself. Yeah, and that's one of those. And again, that 10 bones a month, like yesterday I went to Starbucks. I had to pick up for everybody in the wood shop. I rolled out of Starbucks $26 lighter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 months of Canva. Almost 3. I was $1 short of 3 months of Canva. So hello. Yeah. I could have told them, hey guys, get your own coffee. I just bought a Canva.
Yeah. Question came in about my lighting setup, and I'd love to hear what everybody else is using as well. But I use these Viltrox things, and these are most of the time on sale. They're usually like $142, but you can get these for $174, and even at that price, it's cheap because you can link up to like eight of these together and control them with the remote. And so the reason why I like them, and Doc got some awesome lights and stuff is too. We don't know what Lim is using, but he can go through and let you know. This stuff don't look bad either. But it's like, I'll use these. You can control the light temperature. So if you want it warmer or cooler, the percentage from 10% up to 100%, and just control it via remote. It's just like, again, I can individually control them or control them as a set. But I mean, I think it's dope, and it comes like an all-in-one. So that's what I use. What do y'all use for lights?
I have
use photography
one
light.
Elgato key light air on my right hand side. I have a soft box on the left, and then you guys know that I use green screen, so I have a small like photography light to light up the back lower hand right corner, and then one of those panel go LEDs, the very small panel go LEDs mounted to the bottom of my desk. So two small lights just to light up the green screen behind me. The air, the one that mounts to the desk, the one under it.
Oh,
no, that's one. Not the air, the regular panel one.
Okay. So just this one.
Yep. Yeah. Because that's mounted, clamped onto my desk.
Yeah, I saw that they had these, and people asked me like, "Well, what about these?" It will do a good job. Elgato's a solid brand. The same people.
Yeah, we've spoken. You guys know I love a good deal, so I actually got that on Facebook, used for like $170 through the marketplace. Some kid was selling it right before he went to college.
Wow!
And so I scooped that up real quick.
Hey, and big ups on him. He's like, I'm gonna stop gaming and pay attention in school.
Yeah, yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Chris
that's good for him.
Chris Doe or Chris Do.
It's Chris Do.
Chris Do. Chris does it. Okay, he does it on the future. Yeah, he's the man.
This is the man.
Somebody had a question or something. How do you get these overlays for Canva? You can make them in Canva completely, and it's not hard. Because you can Ecamm Live lets you adjust and reframe to fit your box. So it's not like it has to be certain dimensions, and if it's off, then it's screwed. Because y'all have seen me say, "Oh, that's not right," or "Let me move that. That's too much." And so you can actively change them to fit. It has a custom feature in Ecamm Live where you can just adjust and reframe the boxes, which is why you see everybody down below me fit into this is not even a 1920 by 1080 frame because it would be too big, but I made sure that you can fully see them widescreen when we share the screen. And then when we come back to this one, same type setup, but we're in a 4-block framework, so you can easily see everybody. And so when you go to Canva, it's not hard to do, even if you're not technical savvy or design savvy or whatever. It's very easy to make these things. So overlays is very easy. You just got to, copy what somebody else did, which is kind of how I did, and just make it your own. But,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Bradley has said. If you guys joined into the presentation he did 2 weeks ago, that was one of the first things he did when he kicked off his presentation. He said, listen, I look on the TV, I look on YouTube, and what he said for inspiration was that he takes pictures. So if he sees like a news anchor for lower thirds, he'll take legit. He said that he'll go to the TV, take a picture of what he wants for the lower third example, and then he'll sit down in front of his computer, open up PowerPoint, and then he goes ahead, has his phone up and says, oh, okay, I like how this is, and literally kind of recreates the ideas from what he sees. So you literally said what he said, word for word. He looks all over the place. He sees what he wants as inspiration, and then he just copies it.
Yeah.
And for me, the light bulb, when he said that, I was like, why is that such a good idea? Like, my dad always used to yell at me for making things more complicated than what it needed to be. Simplify things, guys.
Yeah.
Like, legit,
Absolutely.
just copy off of somebody and make it yourself. You don't got to think out the box all the time.
Yeah. And so they said I want to know about the pink lights specifically that I use. One is a light bulb from IKEA that can change colors. That was like $30 and came with this little remote. And so it's just it's like $30 or $40, so I can change the color if I want to. And then the other one is just it goes through a bunch of colors. I'm not gonna go through all the colors. So that's one in a regular lamp that's plugged into the wall. And then the other one is some pink like paper. I don't even know how to describe it to you. It's just, it's a regular LED light with some pink paper draped over it. Yeah, the gels.
Yeah,
it's just
the film, whatever that is.
It's just the gels. And so that was at the craft store for like $2 or $3. I bought a roll of it because I wanted to try it at first to see if I wanted a colored background. And I said, oh, that looks dope. But I wasn't finna go buy some RGB LED lights for $200 if I didn't know if that's what I really wanted. Well, I said, well, the pink light looks dope. All I need is just a little light bulb to go behind the bookshelf, and that's pretty much it. So $41, $42 between the gel and the light bulb, and that's all that there is. Or you can get a little LED. Oh, I moved it someplace. A little LED RGB light bulb, and that's the kit. So, Lim, are you froze? Oh no.
Right, I was gonna say
No.
he fell asleep. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was gonna say, why does it look like Lim fell asleep? What the hell did you
Like, is he
get sleep?
frozen?
I was listening to them playing with those gel or those films. It reminded me of the X-ray
Bro.
when you're about to
I
like.
remember
when
I had
doctor's
to
about
mute. I had to
like.
mute myself.
I was like,
can I
what is
tell
he
you a
trying to
secret,
do over there? He's trying
Danielle?
to look at X-rays.
Danielle, I got a secret for you that you do not want to sleep on. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
But while he gets that, I mean, even some of the stuff that he was saying about like investing in yourself, I'll tell you guys. Yeah, one of the things that they both said. I'm sorry. Do you guys hear the squeaking? That's my dog in the
Yeah, I'm
background,
like,
right?
what
You hear
is
the
that?
squeaking? My
Yes.
bad. I'm gonna mute myself.
that
Go
was
ahead, Doc.
Lim.
That's the dog playing with the toy.
Yeah, so my internet freezes and she makes noises out of nowhere. Just interesting.
Playing with the squeaky toy. My bad, yo.
Danielle, the thing that you need to know is that 'tis the season. And you know what happens at the end of teaser season? These
Sales.
joints be like $2,
Yeah.
right? This is called Christmas lights. Trust
Yeah.
you me, I'm gonna be like Aunt Sandy from church. They got the decorations up come March because Vader's lit up late, and then the troop team back there with the purple lights, they ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
And already not on sale, these was 8 bones at Target.
Mhm.
So just go get you a bunch of Christmas lights, okay? Because they round about cheap and they LED, so they don't take a lot of juice. And then you could literally get a say something like you want a cool little practical in the back. You can get a mason jar, hit it with a little bit of semi-opaque white paint, stuff in the whole entire string of Christmas lights, and then leave enough hanging out to plug it in, and you got a glowing, whatever your color brand is, orb in the back of you. So go to Pinterest or look on YouTube on how to make some cheap, practical lights. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of tips. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when Christmas lights be on sale at the Dollar Tree after Christmas is over, scoop some, because they make the little fairy lights that's on the Vader saber.
Yep.
Yo, those are like a $3. I need to change the batteries. Those are $3 fairy lights, and you know that's Dollar Tree action. And as soon as this Vlogmas is over, I'm actually take the battery pack off and solder it onto a USB cord,
Yeah.
so that I can just not have to buy batteries.
Yeah, they sell them via USB. Lim, what you using? Got a picture up there.
Yeah, I got a picture here. I pulled it out from when I was doing my services on the couch here, and they're pretty much the same outside of the ones that I just recently bought, which colors my walls.
Mm-hmm.
But for my main light that I have covered with a shoot-through umbrella here is a Solix from Westcott. I got that for like $2.99. It was normally like a $500 light,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the back draped over with the black part of this umbrella, just to keep the light from spilling out. I wanted the light to really fall directly on me as opposed to the whole room. So the black, I don't know what it would be called, but the linen thing here just covers it and kind of focuses the light on me. Then I have the newer lights, LED flat panel. My Tagalog just came in with the I can't even say it. But the flat panel LEDs, the newers, this comes in 3, and I have one just for my side lights. I use it still. In fact, that's the reason why my other side of my face wasn't lit a little bit. I forgot to turn on this other light, so that'll change up. And then I have this Yongno, I think it was 360 twos, you know, those double eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is what's called. It's a wand light, and it's a multi-color light that changes. And I had they're like $99 each. They're not too expensive, but they're not cheap either. And I was gonna use all of these for photography until the pandemic came, and I always feel like God was preparing me for this pandemic, because I was buying all this stuff because I'm a flash photographer, so I really don't use constant lighting or video lighting.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I was just buying them all. I was just like, I'm gonna do a nice photo with different color lights in the background and do some details. And then so now No, dude, it was just kind of weird. You see now
No,
my
because I
other
bought the
side of it.
Stella. I bought the Stella in January at a Sony Alpha Shooters convention because in Hawaii we always have to fight the sun. I have 3 of the Canon flashes, right? And then the wireless triggers and all that stuff. So I'm like, yo, I got $2,500 worth of flashes. And when the guy showed me, here's a $1,500 constant light that's 10,000 lumens, is brighter than all your flashes at full blast. And you can still trigger it with the TTL slave, like where it actually recognizes the flash thing. And you have the flash on the lowest power, it will still fire, you know? But you don't need to fire it. And I was like, okay. So I started looking at this and then the Godox, their flash stuff. And so I ended up buying the Stella. And then right after I bought it, I was like, well, damn, now I'm stuck in the house. Oh, but you know what? I have something stronger than the Aperture 120D that everybody wants.
Yeah.
I make the Aperture 120D look like a match.
I don't even know why this Alex was $500 and it went down to $299. I think it was December. And I was like, ooh, gear. No. Oh, it's about 50% off. So let me get it. And I've already had the umbrellas, although I'm a softbox guy. I'm more of an octabox guy. I've never really used umbrella. I think, Doc, you were talking about it a few days ago about the fact that it kind of makes it's difficult to use an umbrella on site just because of the wind. So I'm a lot more like Magbox, magnet modifiers. And so that's what I use for photography. But I had it here. And then when the pandemic came, I really was set up. And then Ecamm came with the ability for me to use my camera, my regular cameras, my pro cameras via USB. I was looking around for a Camlink, and it was like $600. The Camlink 4K, it was $600 at that time. And I was like, Lord, I'm not going to spend $600 for this joint. And then come to find out, Ecamm had already just launched that week. And I was like,
Of all brands, Nikon, which everybody kind of puts by the wayside, but everybody that had a Nikon is like, might as well use Ecamm Live, so it made sense.
It was, and I actually bought a Tether Tools Air Direct, which actually enables me to go wireless, so I can actually take a camera and not be wired and still stream. Yeah. So that was unique, but I don't have any uses of it right now.
Bruh.
But
that was the first time I put my eye to a viewfinder since February.
It's been a while.
We've been out in these streets, being in the house streaming. So I'm like, I just realized I haven't looked through this thing in a hot minute, and I'm like, oh, it's still dope. But it's I get mad when people say, oh, well, you lucky because you're a photographer, so you had all this equipment. There's not no luck, fam. I got a small child's education worth of equipment. There's no luck in it. I was investing in my craft.
Exactly.
So I just happened to have it. So when the S hit the fan, I was like, I got an S-proof suit.
Dr. ELO with the $5 super chat, some Canon M50, all because of you. LOL. You know what? It's like, whatever helps you get the job done. The Canon M50, y'all gonna try to put that on my gravestone. Y'all is not gonna have me.
The lady that made me pay whatever money for M50. That's what's gonna be.
Canon should have sent me a check.
Right?
What's your legacy?
Goodness me.
Anyway, y'all is killing me. I got to go my butt to work. Y'all is killing me. Y'all keeping me up. I'm finna go to work and make some stuff. And I will see y'all in the what's them things called? Vlogmas. Oh my goodness.
Vlogmas.
Team No Sleep. I'll see y'all in the Vlogmas action. And actually I have a 2-buddy call at 2:30 with Robert, which is the reason why I gotta go to the shop. And I could just say skip going to the shop, but no, work gotta get did.
You're doing your live stream tomorrow, Doc, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, 12 p.m. CST.
I just come in here and turn on the camera and then start
8 a.m. Hawaiian time.
Are you getting busy yet, Doc? Doesn't look like it. Are you getting busy yet? Doesn't look like it.
Oh yeah, I'm busy. I'm finna go. That's what I'm saying. I gotta go engrave like 200 wine glasses.
Wow.
And it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but, Doc, I gotta talk to you guys. I gotta talk to you about a bulk order. See what I can do for my customers for a home gifts. We'll talk.
We gotta Yeah, so TubeBuddy, I'm doing a partner call with Rob them later today. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like this first of all, thank all of you guys who are helping me grow up and glow up and giving me something to do. I'm a weird person. I'm like a service dog. Like if I'm doing it for other folks, I'll do it. If I gotta do it for myself, I'll be like, yeah, whatever. And I know I shouldn't be that way, and that's my curse to bear. But
Right.
Being able to just have to show up for you guys and try to support you and help you grow your channels and get into the game, that's what I'm here for. So bug me. Like, don't feel like I don't want to ask
Yeah.
him something crazy. Except Eric. Eric's a troublemaker. All the way the heck over there in Europe, Eric is a troublemaker. So never mind Eric until he sent me some chocolate from over there. Then we'd be back on.
That's
And
funny.
then not white chocolate either. The
Yeah.
good dark
Oh
ones.
my goodness.
No, see, I made a promise to
Them
Diana
good
yesterday.
chocolate.
Chill with the
See?
dark
Them
chocolate.
Yeah,
No, we
that's-
don't fight.
with that-
I'm gonna have to fight you, Doc, because I made a
almonds.
promise to Diana yesterday. Don't put me against you guys. Come on.
Okay, right.
Hey, you even going here or there? That's what I want to know.
No, you
Okay.
can't
Where
do that.
really
Not
be?
you two.
Hey, that's
on.
messed up. How you gonna make her choose to tell me something?
Not
Either
you
it's
guys.
gonna be.
Let's
It's
just
like my
say,
mom and
Lil, we
dad.
got
Stop, I
banana
don't know
lumpia
which
over
side
here.
to
So
take.
Oh my goodness, hilarious.
I wish I could give all of y'all a banana lumpia because Lim know about that life. It's so
That's right.
good.
That's right.
Oh my god.
It's
it will
called
melt
Thorn,
your
by
Lem,
the
face.
way,
so
brother.
before because
The
I'm gonna log off
word
too, but
is
Lem and I got
Thorn.
something planned for y'all. We gonna surprise the family
That's right.
before the end of the month. Lem and I got something. We working on something.
Oh,
Y'all are gonna be
wow.
like,
That's right.
got hot beats. Hot
that's all you're gonna
beats.
see. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. But just wait for it. Don't sleep on us.
It's gonna be India and lemon curry.
She
India
don't know. I
lemon
got
curry.
surprise. She don't know. I got a surprise for her too. She don't know.
Dude, hey,
Hold on, I might take that back, guys. I retract my
Entree fam,
statement.
y'all stop making trouble. Entree fam, I appreciate y'all. Miss D, I appreciate you for letting me
Always,
harbor
brother.
your household for today. It's always good. Chop and shot with you. Help me, keep my saber sharp, and then let me know that it's okay to be an ear slicing saint.
That's right. That's right.
That's the first time I ever heard of it today. I was like, oh my goodness. How,
Hey.
how come this is the
Yo.
only time I've heard of that?
Miss D got fired, y'all. Y'all didn't even know. See, that's what
Yeah.
happens when you read all these
Yeah.
books out here. You get fired. You know what I'm saying?
Can I wait? So before you leave, I need to give Miss D a plug on some real forever. Whoever you guys are, small business owners, entrepreneurs, like you guys need to like legit show Diana some love, like for real, for her business. Take it seriously because we chopped it up for an hour. And even with my experience as a banker in the financial industry, as a previous branch manager, she like blew my mind yesterday. So she knows her craft, she knows her stuff. She gives a lot to the community. So definitely, if you need something business wise to establish yourself or further establish yourself, reach out to her, show her some love because this ain't free, y'all. Like that's where she makes her real money. So
Thank you so
That's the
much,
plug.
India. I appreciate
you're
that.
welcome. I expect my check at the end of the day. Okay.
All right. I'll
For the
get that.
paid promotion.
We'll throw that to you. I'll pay. Dr. Elo saying Lim sounding like Minecraft.
I don't know what that means. Is that what it is?
It's a game that's super like.
I know. I don't know what that means. Y'all
God.
throwing shade at me. I have no idea what it's all about. I'm getting
It's
old.
called a
I know
limb
I heard of-
drops. That's what it is.
I
It's an
know.
audible
Hey,
limb drops.
Lim, sometime this weekend we're gonna link up and we're gonna
Gotta
retune
fix
your
you.
mic.
Horrible.
You gotta fix
Yeah,
it.
Is it really?
We're gonna retune your mic. Yeah,
Is it
Yeah.
bad?
He said,
Oh my
he said
goodness.
garble.
I'll help you. But
I was
also
listening to it.
figured-
I was all right. There you go,
No,
Doc.
listening
Thank
to
you.
it
We'll
without
do
the
that.
transmission of the internet is one thing. Listening to it post transmission of the internet is a different thing.
Yes.
Right after
yes,
this is
yes.
over,
Makes sense.
scrub to this timestamp and listen to your mic, and you'll see what I'm speaking on. And I think
All
I
right,
know
we'll
how to
do.
fix it.
Yeah.
But
We'll do, sir.
bro,
We'll go ahead and close
I-
out the stream here because I want to eat food today. So I don't want to go for another 2 hours.
I gotta pick up dinner. Yeah, that was who called me. My fiance, Serena Williams, just called me. She was like, you picking up
Okay.
dinner? And after my 1:30 a.m. live stream, I need to make sure dinner is
Listen.
ready by the time she gets home from the station.
I
Okay,
will
y'all.
not be blamed by
Hey.
any spouses why you did
One
or
of
did
these
not
days-
do.
on a Friday, just randomly one day, I'm gonna send a pizza to your house in the middle of your stream. You're like, who that at the door?
It's like
And then be like,
lunch.
Papa John's. And they're like, Did they order a large anchovy, extra spinach?
Oh my
Like,
God. No, we don't eat none of that, bro.
Exactly.
Then I'll
It's
really
just
be
part
in
of the
trouble.
fun.
No.
Okay.
Bye. I'll see y'all later.
All right, y'all. Entree
Thank
fam.
you for having me here with my garbled self, and I'm glad I didn't drop today.
I know. All right, Entree fam. As always, live with passion. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Aloha.